there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home Red State Update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Folks, people, welcome to the Red State Update podcast. I'm Dunlap, the man, the person you tune in to hear each week, and that's fortunate because the other person who's usually here is not here this week. His name is Jackie Brawls, and I don't know if he's going to show up or not. There's a lot going on here in Murfreesboro lately, and it's complicated with an exhausting backstory. Man, it's probably best that we just don't go into it, but I am going to take advantage of flying solo here by going into some background on me that I think a lot of you have been eager to hear about. A lot of these podcasts, I notice, do a list format, like top 10 favorite bad movies. I don't know that actually happens, but I thought for our podcast, if we started doing lists mainly pertaining to my sexual fantasies, like what gets me off, like a top 10 list, what gets Dunlap off the most, like what's his go-to masturbating fantasies. And I'd say number 10, this is topical because they're in the news. The cast of Will and Grace getting together to do an ad for Hillary Clinton. I've used a scenario like that before. The cast of Will and Grace gets back together to do a political ad, and then they, maybe some sort of lube pipe bursts. Huh?
Are you down there?
Yep.
Who is it down there?
I think Jackie, is that you?
Are you just you down there?
I really didn't think that Jackie was going to make it this week, folks. But, listen, don't be disappointed just because Jackie's here. I can always start a side podcast anytime that you want to hear about.
No, just shut up. I don't care anything you got to say. I'm going to get on here and say this right now. I was looking.
The lighting was great. The lighting was great, but I think.
What? Listen. I don't know who thinks they're being cute or funny or whatever this business going on. It ain't funny. These people's lives. You scaring people, first off, which is bad, you shouldn't do, and you shouldn't involve me in scaring nobody. I don't want to scare nobody. I never have scared anybody. I don't want to have anything to do with that. But I can't leave my house. I can't go. I've been working. Dale Enron has been up there, bless his heart, or filling in for Crud while all this mess is going on. I can't come to work. I basically can't leave the house. So whoever you are doing it, I know you think you're cute. I know you think you're funny, and you're probably listening right now and having a big, big time. It ain't funny. Ain't nothing funny about it. And you just, why would you want to make an old man miserable? What? That's what it's coming to nowadays. There used to be a bunch of people trying to make an old man happy. And now it's a bunch of crazy, sick old, weird old youngins trying to make an old man bad. That's a good and a bad in the world, I guess. But I don't want to have nothing to do with it.
You look like elderly Michael Stipe.
Who?
I guess that's just Michael Stipe.
I don't know who you're talking about. Who I look like a damn fool. This all I had to throw on. I can't. If I leave the house,
Why do you even have that?
What?
Where'd you get this shirt? Why is that in your closet?
I don't know. Somebody.
I've known you to wear exactly one outfit for 10 years.
Oh hell, I don't have a clue as to who got me a shirt. I misbroiled about it years ago. Thought I'd be funny in it, go vacation or something, a mold yard in it or whatever. But I ain't ever wore it.
You never mowed the yard in it at least?
I ain't ever wore this damn shirt. I wasn't planning on
I
it.
do think I saw you in that sweater and the overalls at Christmas service.
I'd worn this sweater for sweater. Yeah, church dress up, a funeral, and something like that.
The hat was what you put on that mannequin you put out back to scare off the homeless people.
That's right. How do you recognize this hat?
I remember every hat you put on a mannequin.
Well, they did that one thing. If you trying to make somebody think they can't tell whether it's real or not, if you're a homeless person, you won't scare you. Put a hat on something like that, and they look at it, would have to look 2 or 3 times. Shadow covers up face, can't tell if it's real or not. It's always, but yeah.
And those are your mama's glasses.
I don't know. I guess it's my mama's glasses. I don't know. It's left in the car. If I'd given a ride somewhere, she left them in the car, and I got them on now. So that's what I got to do, I guess, from here on out till they get this situation sorted, because I can't run around like this all the time. I don't want to. I can't leave my own damn house.
Folks, what's been happening is, this is what I didn't want to tell you, and instead I wanted to tell you 10 different scenarios I masturbate about.
All right, watch your mouth. They hadn't gone through nothing. Don't need to hear that.
Folks, there has been an outbreak here lately. I hate to derail our sponsor segment, but there has been an outbreak of creepy...
The outbreak of craziness is
creepy Jackie Broyleses. People been seeing them out in the woods... on the edge of the woods at night, in the headlights, coming home late from a second job or a night partying with the gals. They turn a corner, and them headlights scan the edge of a cornfield, and there's a creepy Jackie Broyles disappearing into the stalks.
Everybody knows the last place I'm going to be at nighttime. I'm in bed usually before the sun goes down. I ain't going to be out wandering in the woods. Unless something happened to me, unless something gone up here and that time comes, but it ain't come yet.
Okay, but you were trying to lure children to a deserted cabin by the lake?
Just shut your mouth.
That's what they say. It's been all over the news. The Daily News Journal reporting on the sinister-looking Jackie Broyles his people are seeing all over town.
I wish I'd never got on a computer, ever saw a computer. That's where it started. People putting on the Facebooks, this, that, book face, all the chachis, everything. Like, people call me over to the phone or the computer. Jackie, look at you out wandering out the street. You scared the hell out of me.
Did you see that one of you that had your teeth filed
down?
Ain't
none of them me. I never filed my teeth. Ain't none of one of these whatever monster Jackies or whatever you want to call them me.
So when you started making these appearances in the woods, in the cornfields, and the abandoned cabins,
I ain't got nothing to do with what's going on.
Telling kids you had candy and to follow you into the woods.
Nope.
And then you had that chainsaw going one time.
Nope. I wouldn't do anything like that. I wouldn't be out in the woods at night no matter what. If I wanted to cut people up with a chainsaw, that's the last place to go, is out in the woods in the middle of the night. You go to the mall. You go, if that's what you want to do, you don't go out in the woods.
The woods is more dramatic.
Well, whatever it is, it's stupid is what it is. You don't go
Mall's
anywhere.
Been done.
Well, don't go out dressed like me, period. If you're going to the mall, go to the woods, chainsaw, anything. I don't care.
Now,
Dress
how do we
something
know
else.
That they're dressing like you and it ain't you? Because the police keep stopping you. How many times have they picked you up,
because
Jackie?
they don't know the difference. They think there's that man in the woods. I can't leave the house dressed like I've dressed for the past, 20, 30-something years. I don't know. I can't wear that no more, because as soon as I step out the door, the neighbor who knows me, knows about my whole life, they and the kids that wear me out all the time. Fireworks, Halloween's coming up, so I look out anyway. They called the police 3 times, and they know damn well it was me. I just step out on my porch. Just step out and sit on my porch, and they called the police and zoom in there. And I said, you've already been here 2 damn times. She said, can't be too careful. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of people in this town concerned. We're doing our job. You hope you understand, which I guess you do, because everybody thinks this crazy old man running out the woods trying to get Cheryl and Candy and chainsaw and all that.
So just because you look the way you do, the police keep picking you up, questioning you, asking where you been.
I can't go.
Frisking you.
I can't go anywhere. It's pitiful. I never experienced anything like it. I can't imagine anybody going through something like that. Just all the time, just harassment from the police is what it is. And I understand they're supposed to be doing their job or whatever, but you done. How many times you got to find out it's not me? So I got to put, I've just changed. I got another pair of green overalls, started wearing those. That didn't work. No. I had another pair of white.
It really just looked like you in green overalls.
Well, I got green, white, and blue. That's the only two I ain't ever wore, green and the white hardly ever.
And what didn't help was also some of the sinister jackies people been spotting. They were also wearing colored overalls.
Well, whatever it is, it ain't me. I don't know who these people are. I have some speculations.
Who? What?
I have some speculations about. I don't know for sure who's doing this, but I just
wait. So you're saying that there's people who look just like you appearing all over town in a sinister fashion, and you think you know who it is?
It ain't me. I don't know who it is. I ain't got no proof. I ought to let the police take care of this, but they ain't too busy telling me to go back in the house or pulling my car over to find whoever's really doing it. So I don't expect them to figure out anything. But I just saying. It wasn't too long ago there's a lot of people running around looking like Jackie Bros, but that was a good thing. We all liked it. It was fun. They do some sort of dance, all this stuff, whatever.
You talking about the Jackie Fleet Warriors, Crud's crew of Jackie lookalikes. Are you saying...
No, I ain't. I'm just saying it's a coincidence is all I'm saying.
Because Crud, just to recap, and... You locked the door, right? Because those fathers, the Little League fathers, they've been cruising around looking for you with bats.
Well, I can't go anywhere. I cut my bed. So what else am I supposed to do? I just want to live my life like I used to, and it used to be in comfortable clothes.
You
just had enough of it.
You look like you're fronting Soul Review, Blue-Eyed Soul Review.
I'm looking like review anything.
You're like what's his face in the night sweats.
You'd be wore out too if you had to wear all. I wear a hat all the time anyway, not this one.
How's this really different? You wear a hat, overalls. It's just
not. I'm not used to wearing it. I have to wear it. When I usually put on clothes, I put them on just because I put on clothes and that's it. But you put on clothes and you have to wear those clothes.
Did you come up with a name to go with this new character you're doing?
It ain't no character. It ain't got anything to do with character. I can't leave the house looking like I'm supposed to look or look how I've looked for the past 30-something years.
You ought to open up a new craft beer joint.
What?
You know what? People like tapas.
Well, I don't know anything about any tapas.
You ever thought about making your own pickles?
I don't put you past knowing something about any of this stuff. This is something you do to me just to see the look on my face.
It is.
I don't put anything past you doing
it. It is. I would totally take credit for it. To me, folks, it's a mystery. I will say that recently, as we have been talking on this show, there have been a number of people in town whose job it is to dress up like Jackie Bros.
The one person getting paid, I'll repeat that again, Crud worker counter, and that was he and I. We had that was an understanding. Now the rest of them, when they come in, I didn't pay any of them. They did it for their own accord. So if they're saying he owes me money, that's not true.
Crud is America's foremost Jackie Bros cosplayer. He ran Uncle Spiffy Marlin's Haircuts and Handshakes, the hipster barber shop in the hipster part of town, northeast Murfreesboro. Always lots of good beard flavors, new beard scents, and oils they can rub in your beard like a hipster wants. And Crud got so good at doing Jackie Bros that he started working here in the store. People didn't even know that it was Crud and not Jackie. Jackie started taking time off, taking vacations for the first time in years, going down to the Walmart, day sleeping in the outside furniture until he got run off.
Knocking out there. They didn't run me off. They just asked me to move when someone wanted to look at what the garden setting, whatever it was.
Meanwhile, Crud's upstairs looking just like Jackie Bros, telling me to stop stealing beer. And some of the lesser Jackie Bros impersonators, because all the hipsters in town want to look like Jackie Bros. So Crud, sometimes it's hard to tell the difference? Crud had an army, a small army, a battalion of Jackie Bros impersonators known as the Jackie Fleet Warriors.
They did that on their own accord. They like to do some sort of dance or something.
He wasn't paying them.
No, I was not.
I don't understand what the dance was.
I don't know anything
It's more
about
like
it.
a jumping up and down, but
I
they
took
choreographed it.
Took it as, compliment. They say that's,
Oh, him and
flattery.
Crud were buddies.
Well, I'm not saying I don't know if I've seen Crud. I'm worried about him. I don't know.
Now, here's where it turns dark,
What do you
folks.
mean it turns
This is
dark?
where Jackie Bros, he doesn't know who he can trust anymore because last week the week before even, it's getting hard to keep up with. He got an offer from Crud about franchising Jackie's Markets with Jackie Bros impersonators running each store and selling barbecue.
Memphis,
Uh-huh.
East Tennessee, and Manchester.
Did we ever find out where in East Tennessee?
I don't know specific. That's what the lawyer said. The lawyer said East
Two
Tennessee.
Nashville lawyers working on this with Crud. I said, Jackie, if he needs 2 Nashville lawyers, look out. I think you're about to get screwed in.
Oh, hell no. I trusted them. They were two. Nobody knows. They said that was Crud there in Manchester, but I'm telling you, I look in his eyes, and I usually just look in there and see me. And this time, I don't know who. Something was off.
Jackie
Something wasn't
went
right.
down to Manchester because he has to sign papers every day that they start construction. Every day he has to go down there. Apparently, every day to get the construction started, he's got to ride down to Manchester and sign.
You have to make up a new paperwork after you sign the old one. You have to keep it, things like that. The Nashville lawyers.
That, but according to the Nashville lawyers, sign of being a good lawyer is how many signatures
Well,
you got.
I'm not going to sign anything that's going to. I don't know who that was.
He said it wasn't Crud.
No.
He said it was not Crud down there.
I don't think
and then
it was.
Crud called him and said he'd been sick. And Jackie said, well, you tell me you were sick. And Crud said, no, that was me.
No.
But Jackie says it wasn't him. But I don't even know if this is Jackie. I mean, do you think Jackie Bros would ever wear a get-up like this? And what's up with the beard?
I can't. You know damn well I'm dressed up like a damn idiot. It's because I can't leave the house unless I don't look like me.
So we don't know who was where, but Crud got a little miffed at Jackie over the whole not signing things. It was kind of passive-aggressive.
It wasn't. They misunderstand it. I don't understand what's going on.
So you don't think that this is Crud dressing up like Sinister Jackie out
Why
in the woods?
would he do all
Trying
this?
to get you to sign the papers.
Of all the people in this town that run around dressed up like me, you have to pick the one you don't like the most to think he's what's behind it.
Crud's my old buddy. He worked with Dom Podge, Tax Wiz, also a master of disguise. That's where he learned all his cosplaying skills from. I have nothing against Crud, although he did fire me from working upstairs when I was trying to work my way through church accounting school. I learned from that. I took it as a teachable moment, and I got on with my life, and I'm doing great now. And Crud is sick and disappeared, and we don't know where he is. Jackie can't even open his store because there's mobs of Little League dads with bats looking to beat him, and the cops keep throwing him against the car and on the ground. And meanwhile, there's sinister Jackies with filed teeth out in the woods and the cornfields.
I don't know what any of that
waiting
is.
to dart in front of your headlights.
Now, this could be to jump to
Rap
conclusions.
on your window when you pull up to the stop sign by the hospital in the dead of night.
I don't know who's doing this, but you need to stop it now. That's enough. There's children scared, there's mom scared, like all these daddies mad, and I'd be mad too if I had a youngin' and they'd run around in the woods like he is.
Let me tell you this, Jackie. I don't want to add to urban legends, but I pulled up to the Scary Dirty Hardee's.
The what?
You know where the Scary Dirty Hardee's is?
One over there. I don't ever go to that one. What are you going to that one for?
I was hungry, and I was over there.
Why were you over there?
Well,
I don't want to know.
I
don't want to know first thing about it.
Whatever.
I don't care what it was you're trying to buy. I don't want to know first.
Something.
Tried to buy something and went to Hardee's. All right. What the hell do you want me to know? I don't want.
Well, you know how dark it is in the drive-thru over there, and you know how often people get hurt in that drive-thru. And I was scared already. I was on edge. I pulled up and I said, "Just give me y'all still got Frisco burgers? Give me." Well, whatever. Just hurry it up. Throw it in the sack.
I don't care what you got in Hardee's. I don't.
and I was rolling my window up, and I saw a withered hand. A withered and weathered hand.
That's a homeless person wanting money and waiting in the drive-thru.
A homeless person that looks just like you? That could have been. I really thought it was one of them Jackies, but now that you mentioned it, that could have been.
Homeless people all the time waiting in a line. You trying to get your food, and they in the way.
Okay, but then how do you explain they got one of them scarecrows with a hat on it back there? Because I pulled around and that scared the shit out of me.
Oh, hell, I don't know first thing about that.
Who are you trying to scare with this one? Because it ain't working on them.
Just shut your mouth.
But every time I pull up here
just shut your mouth.
to get a pork chop biscuit, I get the shit scared out of me.
All right.
So maybe you need to rethink your scarecrow strategy, dirty, scary Hardees.
There's people out there scaring children. You worried about getting scared of Hardy. Just shut up. I want to go back to my life, whoever's doing this. Now, I ain't saying it's a Jackie Fleet Wars. I'm just saying it's a coincidence. There's all this, and now there's all this. Now, there may be somebody jealous of Jackie Fleet Warriors and Crud, and they're mad at them, and they're trying to, that it could be that. Crud, if you just call me. If you're sick, I'll come get you. I can get around for a few hours like this. I'll come and make sure you got something else to wear, because if you come out looking like me, they're going to round you up too.
How would you even know where Crud is? Because he looks like you now.
Well, I don't know.
He's probably in disguise too. So the body double that had a body double probably has a body double.
All right, I don't know first thing about it. Just give me a call. Got my phone number down at the store and home. Just give me a call, Crud. We'll get this sorted out, because I don't know. These people could have done something to him for all I know.
How do I know you're not a Jackie in the woods?
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. You know I ain't out that late. I ain't going to bother no children. I ain't going to be creeping around in the dark woods. And the last place I'm going to be, at nighttime, anytime. I'm not going to be out there.
You look like you're in the horn section for Bruno and the Wailers.
What?
Jackie, I'm worried about you. I'm worried about the store. It's been shuttered for days. They graffitied it.
Dale's been working up there. It ain't that bad. He took care of some stuff. Dale's, it's open. You come get your breakfast.
He doesn't know how to unlock the front. That's why everybody's got to go in the back. And they keep graffiti in the front. You need to tell Dale to unlock the front doors.
Murfreesboro, I won't say now.
He's in there cooking up his storm, and everybody thinks it's closed because he can't unlock it. And the front says, "Go to hell, woodsman."
Well, we're going to get this sorted out, all right?
This is like Nightmare on Elm Street before Freddy Krueger gets burned up. And you're Freddy Krueger.
I ain't no such thing.
I don't want you coming into my dreams.
I ain't coming into nobody's dreams. I ain't coming into the woods. I ain't coming into nothing. Just shut your mouth.
There's room for you in there with the cast of Will and Grace in there already getting lubed up.
What? Just shut up.
And that is...
Like any of this is an inconvenience for you. You think you laughing it up. I know you was on here probably making fun of me before I come in here.
I didn't want to get into it, honestly. It was a lot of backstory.
Well,
is that your sponsor?
I don't want to get into it either. What sponsor?
Who's your sponsor this week?
I'm going to uphold Crud. If you listen, you know I take $25 out of all your paychecks. I'm going to still do this, whatever's going on. Bless your heart. Just call me if you. I'm worried these people may tie him up. There may be Fleetwood,
Warrior
running around all these places and dressing up. He could be same one in all these places, and he just mad at Crud for some reason, doesn't want, jealous of this franchise going up and don't want it to happen. So. Crud, just call me if that's the case, and we'll get to the bottom of it. I'll come down there. Like I said, I can get around for a good 3-4 hours dressed like this. Of course, they starting to get used to this outfit now. They know it's Jackie, and they come over here. Where were you? You got to tell us right now. I ain't got enough clothes to put on different disguise every day. I ain't done pause. I don't know how to do it. So, Crud, if you know anything about this or you need some help, you let me know right now. Now, Crud runs fine business, and we got a chair here in the store. Of course, I don't know if anybody's coming to do that right now, but it's Spiffy Uncle Marlin's haircuts and handshakes.
Hipster store. You look like you run a hipster store.
I don't do any
You and Crud have
thing.
Basically changed places, except you ain't got a neck tattoo.
I run a barbecue market store. That's it. That's all I've ever done.
You don't do a used record store, too?
What? I don't have records. I got a tape, a Billy Joel tape. That's the only thing that plays in here. Nothing else. A radio and that. And I won't say just.
He got that for Christmas. I don't know if you know the story behind it.
Either way, it don't make any damn difference. It just, I just won't go back. Listen, I just won't go back the way things were. Everything was fine that way. I came in to work, went home. I'll go back before Crud. If you don't want to work anymore, whatever, we don't have to open these stores. Whatever this is, I want to do whatever it is I got to do to make it right. If this is my fault, whoever you are out there scaring these poor children, quit doing it. Tell me, tell Crud, tell somebody. And tell Aaron if you got a bed, need something put in it, you smell in it or something. There's a D40 trailer hitch is one. There's a cellar sweat. There's some smell you can do that they got here.
Like you're sweating down the cellar.
Well,
probably.
I guess it's what it is.
Assuming.
Whatever it is, I don't know. They all got different smells, whatever it is. And damp napkin wad.
I think you did damp napkin wad last week.
Well, it's still in the store. They're still left here. Nobody say, hey, Spiffy, Uncle Marlin, Crud, just come. We'll get this sort of straightened out. We'll go to the police, whatever it is we got to do. I can't live like this. I ain't got much longer to live. Please don't make my last days be like this. I don't want to be dressed up like an idiot and Donald Trump president. Just please.
So that's Spiffy Uncle Marlin's haircuts and handshakes, folks. Things are grim down here in Murfreesboro. Let me tell you what, they have been scary. There are people dressed up like Jackie, and they have ill intentions, and people are seeing them everywhere they go, and children are scared out of their shitty little drawers.
All right, watch your mouth. There ain't nothing funny about children being scared. Then don't tell everybody. Nobody's touched anybody or hurt anybody yet. No, it's just scaring people. Ain't nobody done nothing.
It's all up here.
Well, whatever it is, make that clear right now.
Theater of the mind.
What is it?
Folks, let me tell you, do you smell that in the air? Do you smell that? Get a whiff of that. What is that? Jackie, do you smell that? What is that?
I don't know what the smell is. I didn't put nothing in my bed or nothing.
I think that's pumpkin spice, folks. It is, because it's fair time. And you know what? Well, they canceled the goddamn fair because of Jackie Broles and the people who look just like him.
Anything to do with
they
it,
have
and don't say that at all.
Never canceled the fair. World War II, Vietnam protests.
Families are scared half out of the damn minds. Of course they're going to shut the fair down. I want them to shut the fair down. Not that I did anything because I wanted to shut down. I wanted to shut down what people have peace of mind until they get to the bottom of this. I didn't have anything to do with any of this. Nothing.
Well, at first they were going to go ahead and have the fair, and they put up these signs with Jackie Brole's face and the Ghostbusters thing over it, saying this should keep them out. But guess what? While they were setting up a Ferris wheel, a carny said, "Look over there," and they saw one of the sinister Jackies disappear into the woods. And they were rehearsing the show cows.
I wanted to see show cows as much as anybody else.
And the show cows, they wouldn't show their face. Now, meanwhile, this is all going around Murky Shellback's fair around the square. You know, they're setting up that Ferris wheel. It's not stable. Not stable. So this may be a blessing in disguise. But Murky said, I'm pulling a plug on this. I run the fair now. I don't care. He talked to Mayor Bang Jekyll. He said, Mayor, ain't no way I'm bringing these babies I got up here in the cab. He's got several babies now. He's running a daycare center, and he's just adopting left and right. Trudy Patricia, she was scared she was going to get plucked right off that boat. He said, you know what, and I'll tell you another thing, Mayor, if you ain't going to do nothing about this, I'll take things into my own two hands.
Hell.
And if you ever wanted to go to the square, now is the time, because the fair around the square, everything around the square is dismantled. Murky Shellbacks has unhitched everything. He's unhitched that double-decker bus.
Nobody wants to go anywhere. It's like a damn ghost town. That's the reason they get me if I leave the only person out wandering around. And then, of course, neighbors call, everybody pointing and hollering.
Well, Murky Shellbacks is on patrol. He's got got a new truck and a new boat. He makes Trudy Patricia sit out there. She's just scared to death, just crying. She's just afraid she's going to see one of them Jackies. And just crying in that swimsuit. Looks good for her age,
right,
too.
just
I went to
shut
school
up.
with her.
Shut
She
up.
looks real good. I think she looks better because she's been doing Pilates. So, Trudy Patricia out there
Pilates.
just crying and wearing a swimsuit.
All right.
And also, folks, that was number 7. I didn't get to it, but that was going to be number 7.
Number what?
So Murky Shellback is on patrol. I don't know if there's still going to be a fair. If we can get this Sinister Jackie in the woods situation under control,
Somebody
maybe.
got to do something. I don't.
Well, it's never happened past September before, so if it does, maybe they'll just turn it into a haunted house thing. So you get in there and you know, people jump out at you. And,
All right.
man, I don't know if people really gonna be up for that after this whole Sinister Jackie thing, but it's just I'm just throwing some ideas out. So they canceled the fair. I know everybody was looking forward to some hog hollering and some frog holding and some cookie throating and
Owl
some
boxing, yeah.
owl boxing and some llama hologramming, but they
tradition, and I feel I shouldn't feel bad because I didn't do a damn thing, but whoever's doing this had to ruin it for everybody. I like going to fair, for a little while. I ain't going to stay all weekend like some people do, but I didn't want to shut down. So whoever's doing it, if you listen, I just don't want you to know you ruined the whole town's mad. If that's what you want to do is scare a bunch of children, terrifies women, enrage several fathers that I know of, then you've done a good job. I hope you're proud of yourself.
Who are you talking to? Donald Trump?
What?
I zoned out for a second, but I came back in at the end. It sounded like you were talking to Donald Trump.
I wasn't talking to whoever idiots are doing this.
Oh, the Jackie thing. It's scary, folks, and Murfreesboro is people are up in arms. They are patrolling. They got guns like Murky Shellback and trucks and boats and wives in bathing suits crying. Everybody's on the lookout for these things. Jackie, I would not be worried about the police. If I were you, I would be worried about vigilante justice because that's what's happening out there, people. This is a Second Amendment community, folks, and if you dress up like a Jackie Brawls and you hide out in the woods and you try to lure children out to the abandoned swimming hole, folks, I would not want to be you.
I hope they get them.
Anything could happen.
I don't want them to get me because by accident.
Well,
but I want them to get those crazy people, whoever's doing this. So if it's one or 8 of them or however many, they said there was 2 of them at some place at the same time. Somebody said it couldn't get from Las Cassius up to Davis County. They Rutherford County.
They had the road shut down. And they had helicopters from that, some of them good Nashville helicopters down here.
It was on the news. People calling me up like, Jackie, after you, and it's not funny. It ain't funny anymore.
Are they trying to tip you off, or why are they just checking on you?
Funning on me is what they think is. They think it's like, look, you on TV. You see on yourself on TV. I said, hell no.
Let me tell you something else, Jackie. Probably because you had it on Netflix and didn't know how to switch it back over to Channel 4. Let me tell you something else, Jackie. It ain't just out in the woods, and it ain't just out in the damn cornfields, and it ain't just at the scary, dirty Hardee's, and it ain't just at the stoplight by the damn stop sign by the damn hospital, folks. It is in the back aisles at Walmart.
What?
Somebody said they seen one at Walmart.
At
Somebody said they seen one.
I go to Walmart
in the Lowe's bathroom. In the woods, because who really goes to the woods in the modern South? If you want to scare people, start appearing in the aisle at Walmart. They're like, I thought I saw him, and now where'd they go? Are they Walmart security guards running around looking for him? It's like they just faded into the sales.
Oh, hell. It's a bunch of bull that needs to stop. Whoever's doing it, I know you listen to this, and you've had a good time. You ruined everybody's.
Do they listen?
Fall.
If they're a listener...
If
I
they
don't want
take
to
the
alienate
time
them
to dress up just like me and go out and do all this mess, you don't think they listen to this bull? They're too involved. That's what I'm saying right now. Somebody get too involved, and I should have saw this a while back. I don't know. I thought it was flattery. I don't know what this is. And I ain't saying one's got one to do with the other. I have no idea. Crud, call me, let me know you're all right. But something's not right. People know everything about you, and this.
Something is not right, Jackie, because it has affected me. Because this is also supposed to be Dead Relatives Weekend at Mount Shepherd Pastor Church, where I work.
Right.
as church accountant. Because I went to church accounting school, folks. And I owe Don Podge tuition. And Wesley Press back pay as a teacher. He taught me how to be a good church accountant. And I got a job at Mount Shepherd Pastor Church. And they bring in piles of money that people give to Jesus. Just buttloads.
All right.
I have never been around so much money.
All
before.
right. Just this.
And I have sold pot at Bonnaroo.
This ain't cute anymore.
Let me tell you something. If you think selling pot at Bonnaroo is a good racket, you got to get into the Jesus business.
All right. There's
Folks,
nothing like between those two things. Don't say that.
No
It's
shit
pitiful.
here.
Watch your mouth.
They are raking it in. My job is to account it. They just bring it into a room and they leave it with me. And I was like, I'm going to take this and I am in Mexico. So long, suckers. Thanks for all the downloads. But Jackie came up with a great idea. He said, Dead Relatives Day is coming up at that church. And there's going to be double, triple the amount of people usually there.
Didn't say that at all. I said, work there for
when you rip them off, that's when you do it.
That. I never said anything like that. Don't put words in my mouth like that. I said, try working there. Just try for one time in your life to do the right thing and work a real job and see how you feel afterwards. I didn't say one thing about no dead relatives. Didn't say the first thing about it. And if I did say something about dead relatives, I wouldn't say take anybody's money over it. It's the last thing I'd say.
Well, folks, let me tell you something. Jackie is a genius because...
Oh, shut up.
And I can't even be too mad at him because they canceled Dead Relatives Day because they didn't want people who had dead relatives and small children coming in from out of town and then them small children getting snatched up by Jackie Bros and taken into the woods.
One more time, I'll say, well, nobody snatched nobody. It's just scared and acting weird. Ain't nobody missing anything like it yet. No.
So they canceled Dead Relatives Day. They may reschedule it.
They canceled everything in this town. It's a damn ghost town if you go out there.
I am taking this time to Ocean's 11 it. I'm building up my team. I got Inky in there now. He's painting a sheep mural on the wall of the baptismal pool.
What?
Inky is painting a sheep mural on the wall of the baptismal pool.
All right.
And on top of that, I got I'm befriending the deacons. They made me a trainee.
Trainee?
I hit this church like a damn Mr. Popularity. I'm kissing ass. I'm sucking up.
All right.
That's flattering.
The last place you're supposed to do all that.
I'm there every time they need me to be there. And I don't mean a word of it. Just like you're supposed to at church, I think. I don't know. I haven't been paying attention because I'm too busy with my schemes.
All right. Just maybe if you did pay attention a little bit, you wouldn't be wanting to do usual what you do.
I'm a deacon trainee, man. I can't lead prayer, and I can't say amen, but I can do the second amen.
What?
Like somebody says amen, and then they need a second. Like that's when I jump in. You have to read the crowd. I'm cozying up to the song leader. I think we have a date.
What?
He's a great guy. I don't know where we're going to go.
All right, just...
Maybe old Charlie's.
What?
Listen, I am worming my way in there. I got Inky. I'm building my Ocean's 11 team. I got Wesley Press in there. He's the weird nerd who doesn't have sex behind the scenes.
Hey.
He's working all the math angles. He's going to be like on a walkie-talkie or something. He's going to see the infrared. He said, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have that kind of, I don't even know what you mean infrared. It's just so you can see a map on your computer of where the people are. You can see their infrared bodies. So when I'm shimmying along through the air ducts, you can tell me where they are. So that when I drop down, he said, why would you be in the air ducts?
Inky ain't even... You tell him anything. Don't get him doing this, because you'll get
Inky's
him
up
doing
there. He's building a hatch in the baptismal pool, and he's gonna leap out and set off the sleeping gas.
And I think Wes Press too smart to help out in all this. I don't think he's already had run-ins with the law before, not do anything he did just because he's so smart.
He's so smart they thought he was a Unabomber.
Unabomber. They asked 3 or 4 times. They took him in to talk to him or something.
So, folks, don't worry about me. I soon will be rich. And also, I'd like to say, again, this is a comedy podcast, and I'm just joking about all of this.
With
authorities.
The police, that's what I'm going to say right there. No. Right now, I tell you, somebody who's listening, anything got to do with me,
I got
police
deniability.
everywhere.
I got deniability. I just denied it.
What?
I just denied it. I got deniability.
Well, don't do it. Just try that. That's deniability. Don't do it. Don't just do a job like you're supposed to get paid like regular people are supposed to do. I got to make it all
God.
Hell, I know that's too.
Kill me now.
Too good for you. I know.
What's the most money you've ever held in your hand?
I don't know. That ain't how I gauge what my day how it goes or not. This much money, that much money. I got enough to get by. I got enough to keep a roof over my head. If I wish I had enough to pay whoever I had to do to go stop these mean jackies, whatever the hell they are, to get them rounded up and put them away. I wish I could had that kind of money. And trust me, if I'd be out there with all your daddies and stuff, if it were for a fact that they'd probably just y'all shoot me for that matter. Somebody would, not meaning to, not knowing that. Just stop.
So that is I really don't have a sponsor this week. Oh, the fair. I guess let's just say it's the fair. They give me $25 to
give it back,
tell everybody it's canceled.
Give it back till, well, if you said that's all right. Then
I did a service.
Well, yeah.
$25. It ain't even that much, really. Time when you must stand up and be a man. There's things you'd rather avoid doing. Like, I don't want to be here having to tell y'all this, but I'm here. Sometimes, even Dunlap the mans have to grow up and take responsibility and say, people, folks, Jackie Brawls, who you all know from this podcast and maybe some videos. They found a body washed up in the Frog Church. It was Jackie Brawls' body. I know there's a lot of people out there that look like Jackie Brawls right now. These creepy Jackie Brawlses that people are seeing at the edge of the cornfields as their headlights scan the darkness, and I can't remember all the places they see them. They're all over the place, so you never know. You turn around, you're gonna see one of them motherfuckers. It's scary out there. Is what I'm saying. These fleet warrior Jackies. These damn crud dressing up like Jackie. There's more Jackie Brawlses than you can wave your dick at, folks. But now there's one less, and it was the one that was my friend. I sat next to him for so long. Helped raise me as a child. And now he's dead. Wrapped in plastic. Or vinyl. Or a shower curtain. I'm not sure what it was. It could have just been... There's a lot of trash in that swamp, and somebody might not have wrapped him in it. It may have just, got on him. But his body, I guess it swole up, and they had to cut some of it. But it was clear. This is the gross part. It was see-through, and his body was kind of bloated up, and it's kind of pressing on So just everything, like if you stuck a pin in it, it just gross, like a Jackie Brole's dick balloon. If you ever wanted to see what would happen is if you put your tongue on an old wrinkled man, just stick your mouth on his toe and start blowing like right into the fungus holes in the nail. That's what it would have looked like. And then wrapped it in plastic or trash. Anyway, they found that in a swamp, and I guess Jackie Broles is dead, but that's okay. There's like 100 other ones, so I'm just going to get one of them to come on and do this podcast. Woo-wee, I tell you what, it's hard. It's hard to mourn, but sometimes life goes on, and you just got to get on with it. And I'll miss him, but I tell you what, honestly, it still sort of smells like him down here. So I guess I'll just get on to telling you more about some of my masturbation fantasies. And, oh wait, hold on a second. I'm on the phone. I don't know if y'all could tell something different was going on. I'm calling into this. There's a good reason for that. There's a lot going on, and I'm getting another call here. I guess. Hang on 1 second. I need to click over. Hello?
Oh. Hello.
Who is this?
Who is this?
How'd you get this number?
I got your damn number. This is... You know who this is. Dunlap?
No, I'm Dunlap. Nice try.
No, I know who I called. This is Jackie.
Jackie, who?
Jackie, you know damn well who it is. It's Jackie.
Jackie? Broles? The dead one?
No, I'm not dead. None of this. That's why I'm calling you. I want you to make sure. First off, I want you to go check on Mrs. Broles. It's the first thing I do. Bless her heart. I'll just say right now she's confused. I don't think...
I'm confused.
Well, she just has a stroke. She does not have dementia, but now she thinks she does because of all this. It's too much for everybody to take.
That's a bad diagnosis. Stroke and thinks she has dementia.
It's
just when you
awful. It's awful.
Couldn't get any worse.
Go over there and check on her.
Why don't you go over there and check on her? It's your damn wife, and you're the one that's alive.
No, sir, I am not. Listen.
How do I know you Jackie Broles and not Crud or a Fleet Warrior or...
I know who I am. I don't care whether you know who I am or not. You need to go over and tell Miss Broles whatever. You just do what I say. Now, listen here.
Are you calling in from the bunker?
No, I ain't in the bunker. I'm not telling you where I am. I ain't telling anybody where I am.
Because we're doing a podcast. We need to be...
What?
We're doing our podcast right now.
On the phone?
Yep.
Well...
It's easier, I'll be honest.
If you're listening to this, whoever you are, somebody go tell Mrs. Broles, because Dunlap probably forget as soon as it goes through one end out the other. Let her know that I'm going to be away for a while till all this quiet down. Now, we know there's a bunch of monster Jackies out there running around, and now there's Jackies winding up dead, and I tell you what, I ain't going to be the one dead next. Not me, no sir.
I was really pretty sure that was you.
No, it ain't me. They had something was all over it. Nobody could tell what was in that. They just another old man with a beard or something. I don't know if it's one of the Creeper Jackie, Monster Jackies, or if it's a Fleet. I don't know who it is. I hope it ain't Crud. Crud, if you're out there and you hear this, I hope you listen. It's not.
It ain't Crud. Crud gave a press conference earlier.
A what?
Here, listen.
He gave a press conference?
Listen.
I would like to thank the members of the Murfreesboro Press to being here and hearing what we got to say. Right now is not the easiest of times to do this sort of thing, but I felt it was necessary. First, I'd like to give our condolences to the Broles family, first and foremost. And I also want to make it completely clear that myself and all of the Jackie Fleet Warriors have cooperated with law enforcement. We've done everything that has been required of us. And as far as we know, there are currently no charges or allegations against any of us. The only place that I have ever portrayed Jackie Bros is at Spiffy Uncle Marlin's, Haircuts and Handshakes, Jackie's Market, and of course, Manchester, Memphis, and East Tennessee. I have never been on the outskirts of Murfreesboro town in the woods. I do not frighten children, nor have I ever done so. And I would like to ask these perpetrators who are out there terrorizing this city to turn yourself in. Be decent. We all want to remember Jackie not as some sort of crazy ghoul wandering around in the woods. We'd like to remember him as the sweet, elderly man that I am. So we no longer have Jackie, but we do have the next best thing, and it's myself as Jackie Bros, and you can come see me anytime you'd like down at Spiffy Uncle Marlin's Haircuts and Handshakes, where we have 3 new beard sets I'd love to share with the public. Come in, we'll do your beard. We have beer can backwash, dog scratch plate, and Dad's friend from the Army who smokes pipes. Also, I'd like to tell the press I will not be taking any questions here, but I will be taking questions or anything else you'd like over at Spiffy Uncle Marlin's Haircuts and Handshakes. Hope to see you all there. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you all. That was Crud.
I think.
I need to see whoever it is doing to me when I see him, whether it's on the TV, radio, phone, but I can't do it on radio, phone, of course, but I need to look someone in the eye. So I don't know who it was until I see him in the eye. I'm taking everything with a grain of salt these days. Let me tell you right now. What were all those people at his press conference for? Were there people there?
It was big news, man. Now, everybody they had some Nashville press down there.
Well,
that room was packed. Some people just down there taking pictures on their own. They said, I talked to some reporters, and they said, we have been to press conferences before, but never one with this loud of cameras.
Well, there wasn't no cameras at my press conference.
What? You had a press conference?
Yes, I had a press conference. That's why I tried to tell everybody. Wasn't nobody listening there.
If I'd known you was alive, I'd have come to your press conference.
He showed up. He was the only one that was there. But I did listen here. Now, I'm going to play it for you. I did a press conference. Listen to this. Is this sound? My name is Jackie Bros. Make that clear right off the bat, and I want to thank all of the Murfreesboro press. Well, thank you. I appreciate you coming. Thanks for being here and listening. And I want to make it clear, and if you see anybody else, you be sure to tell them, first off, for me, that I'm alive. Whatever body they found, whatever it was, if they dressed up like me, it ain't me. None of these people are me. None of them are. The monsters in the woods aren't me. Crud's not me. The Jackie Fleetwood, the Dancing Warriors are not me. Nobody's me but me. And I'm not dead. So, Iggy, if you could just tell everybody that, and just tell them to leave me alone, just let me go home and go back to work, and not beat me up or arrest me or harass me, because I'm just an old man that sells barbecue. That's it. All right, let's go. Come on, let's go.
Where'd y'all go?
Huh?
Where'd you and Inky go?
Well, he was kind enough to drive for me because I had to hide. I got down in the back seat and put my head down.
You know he ain't really allowed to drive.
Well, he can get to Captain D's and back. We ain't going on a trip or anywhere. He ain't driving to Florida or nowhere. It's just he can get a few blocks. Anyway, I let it got far enough when nobody was outside, and then I took over, and he said he walked back. And I drove where I'm at now, and I ain't telling a soul where I'm at.
Well, that wasn't a very good press conference. I mean, I hate to be a harsh critic, but I've heard better.
What do you mean you heard?
Today, I've heard two better.
What do you mean two better?
Well, I heard Crud's, and then I heard this other one.
What do you mean other one? What?
This in here.
What? Hello, everybody. Thanks for being here. My name is Philip Masscat. 2 S's, 2 T's, Masscat. I just wanted to let everybody know here in Murfreesboro town that first off, let me say right now that I am not Jack Bros. As I said before, my name is Philip Masscat. I don't have any affiliation with Jackie Bros. I've never met the man. Now, I've heard some good things about him. I understand he runs a business, or used to, forgive me, or God rest his soul, whatever. But the only connection I have to him, as far as I have been told, is that I have a similar beard. I wear overalls often. And I have been mistaken for him on occasion, which was never a problem until recently, with recent events and whatnot. Again, I'm sorry to hear about his passing. It would have been nice to meet him. Might have been nice to get a picture made with him or something, put it on, Facebook or whatever. Then, look at there's his double or whatever. I never had that opportunity, and I'm sorry I didn't. But let me make it clear that, again, I'm not Jackie Bros. I am not a scary man in the woods that looks like Jackie Bros, nor am I Crud. I have never groomed or cut a beard. Wouldn't know how to do it, to be quite honest with you. I wouldn't know the first thing about it. But except my own, I do my own beard. I wouldn't know how to cut anybody else's beard. Wouldn't do it. If I mess up on my beard, it's my beard. That's okay. It grows back. So, thank you very much. Who the hell was that?
I don't. Philip Masscat? Was that his name?
I don't know.
2 S's and 2 T's, I think. I'm not 100% sure. I need to look him up because I was going to get him in here since you're dead, but...
I ain't dead. I'm not dead.
He sort of lit the room up with I thought he was electric, honestly. That's probably my number one pick for press conference.
Oh, hell.
That was a good press conference, but I don't know. This other press conference here, it's pretty good, too.
What do you mean, other press conference? How many damn press conferences were there?
I think there's only this other one.
What is it?
Huh?
What press conference is this one?
Listen.
Hello? My name is Jackie Bros Ghost. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out here, all the people in the press. Inky, show me what you're drawing there. Somebody's pecker. I figured y'all want to take more pictures of that. My name is Jackie Bros Ghost, and I smell like a dog's butthole. I have hair growing out of my face in weird places. I like to lecture people on how they should talk and what cuss words they can and can't say. I don't like Trump, but I don't like Hillary neither. I live in a trash can, judging by the smell of me. And my wife, who had a stroke, I make her live in there too. Now I live in heaven, so I don't know who's gonna take care of her. This has been Jackie Bros, signing off from the press conference. Come on, Inky, let's go. Somebody's pecker, looking good. Was he getting hard? Yeah, that's what happened. Is this mic still on? Can y'all hear me? What are y'all taking pictures of? How many photographers live in Murfreesboro?
That was me doing an impression of you as your ghost.
What the hell? There's enough damn people running around trying to be me. I don't need it from you, too.
Exactly. It's 2016's biggest fad. I'm cool, man. I can almost do Snapchat. I ain't gonna let people do all the fun, trendy fads.
It ain't
trends.
This is my life. It ain't no
fad.
fad.
Oh, talk.
talk. If you had all these people doing you, scaring children, running around the woods, dying in frog churches, and
It is. I would be worried.
Yeah, you should be worried.
The Little League dads chasing you.
Well, they got.
I walked out of that press conference hall, and the Little League dads, they all had bats, and they took off running. I was like, no. I was taking off my fake beard. I was like, no, it's me. It's Dunlap. They said, we know who you are.
Well,
I went to school with a lot of them.
I'm glad nobody come to mine then, I reckon. They got close to getting a hold of me 2 or 3 times.
They trying to get you, the people killing. Who is killing the Jackie Brawls is a Murfreesboro, folks. It's a murder mystery.
Oh,
it's
hell.
a horror story.
It ain't none of
It's a tale of friendship between Crud and Jackie.
It's a horror story, all right. My life is a damn horror story right now. My business is going under.
And you're at Captain D's hiding out?
No, I ain't at Captain D's. I stopped and got me some food for the, next few days. To get,
How much Captain D's did you order?
I know, I gotta have something to nibble on next few days is all. It kicks in the...
God, wherever you are, it's going to smell like hush puppies and rancid slaw.
Don't worry what it smell like. I'm here by myself. Ain't nobody got to smell me but me.
Hey, I ain't knocking it. I love that smell.
Yeah,
Smell like my car.
Shouldn't have said that, and if somebody liable to smell that, come find me now.
They get the dogs. They put a rag in some slaw and some hush puppies and say, go find this man.
Well, I'm going to go somewhere to eat now, somewhere else before.
Well, I don't mean to spoil your dinner with these dead Jackie Brawls around.
No, my whole life is spoiled. It ain't my damn dinner. I got to hide out in here, and I'm telling you, I ain't going to nobody's going to find me till somebody gets to the bottom of this. Somebody's got to find Crud. Or tell him I'm okay. I ain't dead. Good Lord, Crud. If you hear this, it's me. I'm telling you right now, it's me. It ain't nobody but me. Somebody got to stop all these monster jackies in the woods. Somebody has got to put a stop to that. If you're doing it, you got this town scared to death, and now somebody's dead. Now, I don't know if you're responsible for it or not, but if I was you, I'd watch my step, because they may be coming for you next. I don't know the first thing about it.
I don't know who you are, if you ask me.
Oh, hell, you know who this is.
I just heard 4 people that sound exactly like you, especially the last one.
You've talked to me on the phone before. It ain't like it's the first time you ever talked to me on the phone.
Well, let's wait till the DNA test come back on that dead, bloated person in the Frog Swamp Church with the back tattoo. And we'll see if that's Jackie Brawls.
DNA they find on there. I hope they can't find it soon enough, because I know damn well it ain't mine. As far as I know, you can't put DNA in somebody else's dead body, as far as I know. Well,
I mean, that's a...
They might have done something like it on Law and Order one time, the SUV, one of them, something like it. I know you could put it, but I'm telling you right now, this is my DNA I got in me right now, and it ain't nobody's DNA but my DNAs. Every one of these DNAs is mine. And it's not a dead person, or it ain't a monster in the woods, or it ain't anybody doing grooming your bed. It's me. All I want to do is just sell barbecue and sundries. That's it. I just want to go back to that. I don't want to stay out here by myself. I don't like it out here. I like my life the way it is. I sell barbecue and sundries. I go home at night. I watch TV. That's it. And then I sit around you and talk about how awful the world is. That's all I do, and that's all I want to do. I don't want to do any of this anymore. I had enough of it.
Did you have a sponsor?
What sponsor? I ain't got no damn sponsor. I'm a damn refugee. Refugees ain't got sponsors.
I guess our sponsor was when Crud plugged those new beer, Uncle Spiffy Marlins.
What?
Folks, I got a sponsor this week. I think you're really gonna like it, Jackie. If you'll hold that thought for a second, just briefly, I just want to give folks an update.
What?
The big scam, the big heist I'm planning at Dead Relatives Day at the Mount Shepherd Pastor
Oh,
Church.
hell. If there ain't enough going on, you going to rob a church.
I'm building up my Ocean's 11 team.
Oh.
I got Inky. He's painting that lamb in the baptismal pool.
He don't know any better. Don't get him mixed up in this. He don't know first thing about it.
I'm second tier deacon. Remember, I can't say amen. Listen to this, though. I can't lead prayers. I can't say the first amen, but I can do second amen when they need a second amen to come in. But on Wednesday night services, I can do first amen. So I'm really building up their trust, and I'm actually got a couple deacons I'm thinking about bringing in on this, the ones of questionable morals. I've sussed them out pretty quickly. I got a few other people I'm talking to. The song leader likes me, and his wife likes me. That's Smack Gazette and his wife, Honey Carroll. They are great people.
Oh.
I didn't know he was married, honestly.
If they're great people, don't steal nothing from them. If there's anything, I don't plan on coming out of hiding, but I may come out for relative, whatever the hell it is, that church where you got more money coming in to stop you from doing it.
Well, that's funny because the person I was talking to, the last member of my Ocean's 11 team is Deacon Jackie Broles. Jackie Broles joined the church last week, and immediately everybody was so happy to see him. And
how can he join the church when I'm right here? I didn't join no church.
And then you come up to me afterwards, and you're like, I know what you up to.
I know.
And I said, well, you want in on some of this, old man?
That wasn't me.
You can put me down. I'll drive a getaway car.
No,
I said, well, looks like we're going to Mexico.
No, it wasn't me. Now, I admit, I'll be the first one to admit, wouldn't do me any harm getting a little churching in, but I ain't got time for that right now. No, it wasn't me. I didn't have anything to do with that church.
That's
no, sir.
Weird,
that wasn't me. No, it ain't me.
Do I count that? If it's a Jackie Broles imposter, do I count that as the 11?
Right now,
or is it just Ocean's 10?
Don't count nothing but on the phone. This is it right here. Whoever, I'm telling you right now, if you see anybody says as me, I'm going to tell you right now it ain't, because I ain't leaving this. I ain't leaving where I'm holed up in here. I'm set for a while.
I'm holed up in here,
well,
too.
I don't care about you. I don't care what you hold up in church or anywhere else.
I'm in Mac and Honey Carroll Gazette's laundry room.
Oh.
They're waiting for me to come out, and something freaky's going to happen. I don't know what it is.
Well,
but if it helps me get rich or off, then I'm 100% for it. And listen, let me tell you something. Matt Gazette has a beautiful voice. Honey Carroll has a beautiful voice. And earlier today, we were just sitting around singing praise.
Praise?
And now I think there's going to be a weird threesome.
Oh, good God.
And then
Almighty.
I think I'm going to use their trust to rip off a church.
Just shut your mouth.
Things are going pretty good over here. I'm just trying to work up the nerve to go out there because they're like, why don't you go in there and make yourself comfortable? And then they give me this weird robe that barely covers my balls.
Oh, hell. But
then I remembered I had, my sponsor this week is Dilly Mule Rider's Bonnet Nuts. Well, she's starting the sideline. She cooks some hot nuts, and then she puts them in her bonnet. And she sells them. You get a bonnet, you get some nuts. Bonnet Nuts. It's Dilly Mule Rider's Bonnet Nuts.
Bonnet Nuts?
Yeah, that's what it is. Well, delicious. And you after you're done and you wash the oil out of it, you got a bonnet to wear.
What the hell, right? These days I probably need one to hide. Nobody recognizes me.
That's a good disguise for you. Frontier woman.
Well, I'm not saying where I'm at. I'm not necessarily in the frontier. I ain't necessarily in the middle of town. I ain't necessarily down by the lake. I ain't in Florida. I ain't telling anybody where I'm at.
Are you in the cedar bucket?
No, I ain't in the cedar bucket.
Are you in Murfreesboro's famous giant cedar bucket?
No, I am not.
That's real, folks. You can Google that.
That is real, but then you should check it out. It's something else to see. But how the hell am I going to hide out in the cedar bucket? I need a little refrigerator to put all this Captain D's in.
That's a good point. Yeah, if you just all the squirrels would rip them hush puppies right at you.
Well, everything else, yeah.
Grizzled hands. That sounds like fun. Where are you?
I ain't telling everybody where I'm at.
I may ditch these cats and come over and find you and have a Captain D's party.
Listen,
sounds like you got plenty.
I got enough for me, and that's it. I don't trust anybody to know where I'm at. I ain't leaving this place, and I'm going to tell you right now, whoever's listening, all you crazy sons of bitches out in the woods look like me, get those clothes off and get regular, whatever it is you look like, and what it's going to be from now on. Quit that. And Jackie Fleetwood Warriors, now look, that was flattering at the time, but those days are over. Just you got to hang up a dash of shoes and go on with your life and get out of here. And Crud, I'm sorry all this happened, but I just, in the middle of this, I can't even think about any kind of business opportunities or anything like that. So I'm asking all of you, respectably, it was fun while it lasted, but God, it is a living damn hell now. Quit dressing up like me. Everybody, don't kill nobody, don't hurt nobody, don't dress up like me and die. Don't do any of it. I am me, and that is it. I'm the only one that's me. Nobody else. I'm asking you, if those of you who love Jackie Bros and love what it stood for, and love how it dress, and love to dress up like me and do a dance with no music or whatever it is, or get out in the woods and scare children, whatever it is, why, whatever reasons you have for doing it, I appreciate it, I'm flattered, but stop. Just stop it.
Where are you going to watch the vice president debate?
I got a little TV here. There's a little, plug it up in the...
You got to stay informed, man.
Well, yeah, can't take my mind off things.
Things are bad when you watch the vice president debate to take your mind off things.
Oh, good God, you ain't got to tell me. Tell everybody out there that don't matter what it is you do in life, it don't matter anything. You can work hard, you can try to be a good person, you can try to do the right thing every day, and do your best at it. And I ain't saying anybody's perfect. I know I ain't. I've had my ups and downs, but I'd say I've done my best to try to live a decent life, tried to watch my language, try not to be, just keep. I think about that when the good Lord's looking up at, looking down at me. I want him to like what he sees. But all of that, do the best you can, try hard, try to make it in this country, in America, and that's what they tell you anyway. That's what everybody says, we immigrant or not, come over here, American dream, all this, doesn't matter. I've done everything I was told to do the right way you're supposed to do it, and my life's a total living hell. And I can't figure out what I don't know what I did to deserve any of this.
Welcome to the Red State Update Podcast, folks. My name's Dunlap, and Jackie's back.
I can't go anywhere else.
He's under house arrest.
House and store arrest.
House and store arrest.
I got this thing on my, let me show it to you.
You're not going to get that leg up here.
It's too heavy, that's why. I got something on my damn...
So you can only go to your home and this store.
That's it.
How is your life different except now you got something on your foot?
You tell me. That's what I want to know. They say this thing's on me for my own protection. That's what the police are saying. But if someone comes after and tries to get me, this thing just going to slow me down. I'm already up there in age. I can't go move too fast. But this thing, you put a big metal thing, whatever the hell it is, on your plastic. I don't know what it's made out of. You got that light going on and off.
It's for your own protection, Jackie.
No, it ain't for my protection. It's slowing me down.
Also, when he drinks, it beeps.
And that ain't got nothing to do with it. They come over the house twice after you go through what I've been going through the past few weeks, and you want to have a beer or two, or maybe something a little, little something else. And every time I can't. Well, no, I cannot, because if I do that, they'll come. If me and you have a beer right now, they'll come knock that door down, check on me.
Yeah, but then they'll be like, "Oh, right, it says here everything's fine."
I don't want front door busted in. I don't want this door busted in. It ain't funny. There ain't
Listen.
nothing funny about any of this.
If you've never seen a door busted in real life, it's pretty cool. I mean, if it ain't your
Oh,
door,
shut your mouth.
that
Drinking.
may be my white privilege talking.
I didn't get no DUI. I didn't get no public drunkenness. I didn't get none of that. Drinking shouldn't have anything to do with it. I don't know. Maybe they didn't have but one of these left over. But every time if I have a drink or a sip or anything, first time they say, I don't know, nobody knew what it was. It's probably just on the fritz or whatever. These things happen is what they said after I knocked my door in. Well, I guess I do. I guess we do.
Well, it's for your own protection.
It ain't for my own protection. There's no reason for it to be on me. I haven't done anything. I've done nothing but try to live a good life as a decent man, and this is what you get.
Folks, there's a lot going on here in Murfreesboro, and if you haven't caught the last few podcasts, I really don't know where to begin. I mean, there are a lot of people in Murfreesboro right now who look like Jackie there, and some of them seem to be intent on doing harm to others, and some seem to have harm befalling them.
There's less and less people looking like me every day, and I want to say this right now. I want to say it right now, and it hurts my soul to say it. But never mind. I'll talk about it later.
What were you going to say, Trump?
No.
What were you going to say?
I'm going to say that. That's
well,
bad
I
enough.
got something real bad I could say, but I'm not going to say it, so I guess somebody give me a pat on the back until the next debate, and then I'm going to fill up an SUV full of people who I ain't going to say.
Well, listen, just before we get into that, they found and that body that they found wrapped in plastic. Bless his heart, I won't
Laura Palmer, Jackie, that's what I've been calling it.
Palmer, Jackie. What the hell is it? I won't give my condolences to the...
We don't know for sure it was wrapped in plastic. I have not read the police report, and it could have been a shower curtain, could have been vinyl. Also, probably was just some trash from the frog swamp, because Green Bean just sort of throws his trash around.
All right, that ain't got nothing to do with it. We want to give our condolences now.
He has a trash can in there, but it keeps tipping over in the water.
I don't care about his damn trash can.
Trash just sort of floats there in the swamp.
First off, let me tell you, I had absolute nothing to do with it. The police realize that now. They understand. I wasn't anywhere near it. I have an alibi, all that stuff. I ain't got nothing to do with any of this. And, of course, it wasn't me, which I don't understand that. If I didn't have nothing to do with it, how come I had to go down to the police station? Why did they take me down there and say, look at this body?
Did you get to see a body?
I didn't want to see a body.
What did it look like?
It looked a little like me, but it not, I could tell the difference. But
was it bloated?
I don't...
What was it wrapped in?
It wasn't wrapped in nothing. It had a sheet over it. They'd already took all that stuff, done all that stuff before.
Sheet.
Well, whatever. It had a sheet over it in
That's how rumors get started. It was wrapped in a sheet, and all I heard was it was wrapped in plastic.
At the morgue
or a shower curtain, or there was trash on it.
But why would you take me down there and look at it? I ain't got nothing to do with it. They said, do you know this person? They thought it was me. They want me to go down there and say that, is this you? That don't make any sense.
Was it you?
I'm not even going to answer it.
I don't know.
As dumb as that is, that's the kind of things that I have been hearing for the past 2 days from law enforcement. These are my taxes going to these men to harass me because I hadn't done nothing. I ain't done nothing.
It's for your own protection.
It ain't for me to protect. Ever since they got involved, everything's gotten worse. But that wasn't me, and I want to give condolences. We found they've identified that body. They know where it is, so we won't give Mascat's. We won't give our condolences. I don't know.
Philip Mascat's twin brother, Farley.
Farley Mascat is his name.
2 S's, 2 T's.
Yeah, that's how you spell it.
If you listened last week, you heard Philip Mascat give a press conference where he just somebody looked like Jackie. You know him? Did you ever meet him?
I ain't never met him before.
Y'all ought to take a picture together or something. That'd be
That's
funny.
what people say all this. They wanted that day was there. The police said, would you bend down and let's take a picture with your dead brother?
Well, that's weird.
I said, no, I will not get my picture made with a dead person. They
Did
said,
you look more, you think, like Philip or like Farley?
I don't know. I ain't met Philip. Farley, I didn't really meet him. I mean, I met what's left, I guess, but there wasn't nothing.
Do you think his spirit possessed you somehow?
Oh, shut your mouth. Don't even start on this. It's bad enough as it is. Just don't Just shut your mouth. I've had enough of it. Had enough of it. Well, Master, I'm sorry. Maybe someday I will get to meet you.
Well, he was gonna. I didn't know when you were gonna come out of hiding, so I'd already got him. He was gonna come in here and fill in for you and be the new Jackie.
What?
I said, we're going to have to call you New Jackie. He said, can't you just call me Philip? And I said, wow, a diva already.
Oh, hell. Well,
So I was happy to give him the boot. So
he's welcome to come down and do it if he wants to. I'm sure he's grieving right now, so you just leave him alone. Because I just assume I might as well do it because I'm here. I'm either here at home. That's it. I can't go nowhere if I wanted to. So damn mad. So we here at Rest Shade Update Podcast, we give our condolences to Farley Mascat with to the family over Farley. Seemed like a nice man. I mean, I don't know anything bad about him. Sorry what happened to him. And of course we had one of these crazy people dressing up like me in the woods.
Oh, they got one of them creepy Jackies.
Well, he was asking for it.
He probably was.
Well, he was.
I don't like the victim blame, but if you're dressing up like a creepy clown
and go over playgrounds and where children are and stuff like that,
no,
what do you think's going to happen?
Creepy Jackie. It's a creepy Jackie.
Well, whatever it is,
sorry,
you don't need to dress like me and go in it. That'd
be ridiculous.
That person had it come to him that's a situation where if you're going to get out and act that stupid stuff's going to happen to you, and that's what happened. That's the stupid.
Them Little League daddies got him.
It's
Cougars.
The Cougars,
Go Cougars.
They're 3-0 right now, Cougars, yeah.
Yeah, they got some powerhouses on that kid.
Yeah, they're doing good. Keeping
that
up
team
with
of kids.
Yeah. Well, their daddies, they killed this man. And,
yep.
Yeah.
And we'll see. You'll see what the courts say about it. But so far, the
protecting
pennant race is
protecting their children.
These are the same vigilantes who've been attacking you.
Well, because they didn't know the difference. I know the difference now.
I ain't blaming them. I ain't saying that's bad. I'm just bringing it to your attention.
I know that.
How do they know the difference now? Smell?
They supposedly the police told them before they beat anybody up, check your leg for the thing on it. So maybe that's what
it's for your own protection.
Oh, just shut your mouth.
I said that the whole time.
What? It ain't. It ain't.
If I were you, I'd also be a little buzzed so that it's beeping too, so they get a little forewarning before they hit you once.
Just
and then
shut your mouth. I'll be buzzed when I want to. I don't want my door broken. I don't want anything.
They got one of these creepy Jackies. You think they'll stop at one?
I don't want anybody to get killed. Now, first, let me say that. Don't kill them. Beat them up real bad, yes. Take them down to the police, or have the police come and beat them up real bad. However it works.
The body on this one disappeared. They were pretty sure they killed it because of how bad the brains was out.
Yeah.
But
it's supposed to be awful. Is what
they
I
said
heard,
they turned around and then the body was gone. So we don't have a body. We don't have an ID on this creepy Jackie.
But there were several witnesses. Everybody confirmed, said, "Oh, that man is dead."
Had to be dead. And then there was like blood and gore on the bats. So they sent the bats off to be tested,
and hopefully all that
come back with ID on it.
CSI, yeah, they'll get it from that blood.
Meanwhile, they're doing a GoFundMe to buy the team some new bats.
Yeah, because they got to keep going. I supported them. I gave them a couple dollars myself to one of the daddies I know well.
Yeah, go Cougars.
Yeah, and he apologized to me. I said, no reason to apologize to me. That wasn't me. He said, well, it could have been. And I'm sorry.
It could have been.
Well,
it nearly was a couple times.
That's over now for now, as far as, and it will stay permanently over as long as these crazy people stay out of the woods dressed like me. You're going to get yourself hurt. Maybe you learn a lesson. I'm sorry. If it took this one to make the rest of them stop, and so be it. That's all I got to say.
And then they found one of them Fleet Warriors dead, one of the Jackie Fleetwood Warriors.
Well, that ain't necessarily that's undisclosed. What do you call it?
Natural cause.
That's what they're saying. They don't know if that's because they're saying they don't know who killed this Farley Mascat. They don't know who did that. We definitely know who killed this one, but we don't have a body. Everybody knows that those daddies killed that man. They beat him to death That man is dead.
Multiple witnesses.
Now,
and
this other one, we don't know for sure that there's any foul play, as they say. So,
well, they say, with all that dancing they did, it was just natural causes and all that cocaine they found on him.
Cocaine,
But
I didn't
I'm
know
saying
doing cocaine like that.
It sounds a little suspicious to me.
Well, I want to say this right now, too, while we're sitting there talking. Let me get this out. There ain't but one person that would know the dead that we don't know who did it. Like I said, the other ones, everybody knows who they are. Everybody knows.
So you're saying that Creepy Jackie was baseball bat to the head.
Well, and we know who did it.
And Fleet Warriors, natural causes.
That's what they don't
allegedly
know yet, but they're looking that away is what they said. There's no reason to have a
and
suspect.
Laura Palmer Jackie.
We don't know. We don't know yet. Maybe there's some more
Farley
testing.
Masscat.
Whatever they do to him. But just because of him, that one man in the shower curtain, wherever the hell seat, whatever he's in, they started this thing, and I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think it's too funny at all. I don't like this going around town. I don't like my name being associated with anybody that does anything to hurt another person. So I know it's just fun and ingestion or whatever, and that's how they come up with names for these serial killers or whatever they did. But there ain't no serial killer, first off, because he didn't. One person don't make a serial killer. That's right, that's plural. You got to kill a bunch of people, right?
Are you talking about the nickname the Jackie Strangler?
See, what? Don't say it now. Don't.
What's the matter, Jackie Strangler?
There's nothing. It don't make any sense. First off, I'm Jackie. I didn't strangle nobody, and none of these people, as far as I know, got strangled. They don't know if that fella in the water got strangled. And even if you get confused and think one of them dead by bludgeoning, like lots of them bats or like 3 daddies got a hold of those little bats, beat the hell out of that man. Now, that's by bats, so did nobody strangled there. And this other fella, if he was strangled, they would have said something by now.
Well,
So there ain't nobody been strangled, and I ain't done it, and I don't know why you put my name on it.
Well, they don't have a cause of death for them 12 unidentified Jackie bodies they found in the Christmas Cave gravel hole.
I don't know the first thing about that, and that's what I was going to say earlier, and I don't necessarily hurts me to say it, but when that come up, all them bodies there, and they couldn't have all been strangled. We don't know that about these people.
I think if you're good at strangling, you can knock out a
All
bunch
right.
in a
But
row.
they had that name before they even found all those people.
Yeah,
They already
that's
had
true.
that name. It didn't have anything to do with all of them. See, that maybe puts ideas in people's head, too. You didn't think
Front
about
page
that way.
of the Daily News Journal pretty early on was like, who is the Jackie Strangler?
But
And then Jackie's picture next to it. So half people thought it was you, and half the people thought you were dead.
Well, I'm not dead, and I ain't strangled nobody, and I got this thing on my foot.
Meanwhile, you're under house. Where were you hiding out this whole time?
Well, they
Before
found
they come and got you.
They found me.
That
Come
was
on,
scary.
Okay. Well, it was.
I was there,
scary
folks.
for you.
If you've never seen a SWAT team storm, so you were back there the whole time,
Yeah.
folks. He was like, go tell Miss Bros. If you heard last week, tell Miss Bros and try to explain to her. She's been so confused. She had a stroke, but she thinks she has dementia. She doesn't.
Always different. Jackie dead one day, and then he's alive the next day,
so
and then
confused,
it's
and he's like, go tell Mrs. Bros. So I was like, oh, go over there. I mean, it's hard to. I'm not gonna be ableist, but it's just hard to talk to some people. And so I went over there, sweet woman, and I went over there and tried to tell her, and she did not understand. And then it turns out he's in the shed the whole time.
You didn't know where I was? I mean, the police found me, but you didn't know where I
They
was.
found you because you were in your own backyard with a shed full of Captain D's.
They don't know where I'm at. I could have been anywhere. They don't know for sure. You know, I'd want Miss Bros taken care of. I didn't want her to know that I was in the shed, so I went behind her and went out the back door. She didn't know where I went because I didn't want to put her in a situation. Now, granted, if she did know where I was and they questioned her, it'd be difficult. If you don't live with her, it's hard to understand. I understand her, but other people.
Instead of me trying to explain to her all this complicated rigmarole, why didn't you just say, tell her I'm out in the shed?
Because I didn't want you to know, and I don't want her to know.
You were trying to keep me from eating them hush puppies.
Well, those were for me. I didn't know how long I was going to have to be.
Those are for me. Trump's America, folks.
Well, I didn't know if I was going to have to be out in that shed for.
If
I
you
had
thought-
no idea.
Why don't you get some prepper food like Jim Baker Bucket? Why you out there?
I was on the way.
There's nothing that spoils Less fast than slaw.
I got a little refrigerator thing back here. Don't
Slaw
works
is
off and
not
on.
what you walk. You ever see him eating slaw in The Walking Dead? No. Because slaw don't keep.
I don't care what you keep, what dead, anything.
Hush puppies, good.
Well,
they
they
last
didn't go-
longer than you think.
They
you want to
did-
smell that onion dough?
You're so worried about this food, why don't you shut the hell up? Because they found me, I wasn't in there but a couple hours anyway.
They kicked a lot of doors down. I will say this, for them to pretty much know you were in the shed, they kicked like every
There
door
wasn't no
down.
reason to kick. You just
That
said,
was awesome.
you
That
know,
was fun.
Next time, let me just throw this out there. Next time you look for me, come over. I know you know where I'm at all the time. Just say, just come over and say, hey, come on out of the shed. Just try that. Because then I know you found me.
Because
I'm
we
gonna go
know.
hide.
Because remember, like when they pulled up, I heard them. They were going around the house, and we saw them. They had the little thing, the lights on, and the night vision goggles, and they were decked out, man. But as soon as who's that out in the yard? I heard him say, he's in the shed. But then there was like 30 minutes of them just stomping around in the yard and knocking over bushes and kicking in doors and just slashing
There's
tires.
no call for it. There's no call
They
for it.
chopped that tree down.
I don't even want to talk about it anymore because I'm up to here with it.
But you know who else enjoyed it was Mrs. Broll. I haven't seen her smile in years, but when things were just falling and exploding and getting kicked in and splintering, she was just laughing and clapping. I didn't even know she could move both
She'd
hands.
been through a lot, that woman. The poor woman been through a lot. At that point, she may have done lost her mind. I don't know. She's
I
fine
saw
now.
a love of destruction in her eyes that
Well,
rekindled our relationship.
after you go through something like that, maybe of course, you'd like it anyway. Listen to you. It don't make any damn difference. But
I'm
that's
going to take her out. We're just going to burn stuff.
all right. Don't you take it anywhere doing that. Don't get that started. That's all I need right now. Just leave
Her
her, leave her
burning
be.
stuff?
Leave her be.
I gave her some matches and some dry paper.
Are you crazy? You're a damn idiot. Don't do any of that. Don't give
She
her nothing.
can't strike them.
No, well, just keep them away from it. I don't even want to have the thought or idea of doing it.
And them wet blanket home health nurses, too, they took them away every time. Every time.
Yeah. Well, good. That's
I
what
kept
they
trying
get paid
to-
for.
They were distracted by the police dragging you out of the shed.
And, but
I kept giving her matches, but I don't know if she still got them or not. But I'll bring her some. I'll get her some more.
well, this harassment or whatever you want to call it from law
For your own
enforcement,
protection.
It's
I'd call
not
it
for my own
protection.
protection. It ain't.
I'd
I'm
call
sorry.
it protection.
Yeah, I'm ready to be this over. How many more people look like me can there be out there? If they, 12 or 11 of them in the
Like
cave.
hundreds now.
Well, Christmas crave is grab a hold now.
Yeah,
It used to be
they
years ago.
sold it to those Indian miners, and now they've pretty much just blown the hell out of it.
Yeah,
So
it
it's
used
pretty
to
much
be.
just a grab a hole now.
Yeah,
It's
but-
a shame, too, and with the holidays coming up.
And the only things that are connecting all this is just looking like me, bearded overalls. Otherwise, it'd just be, people, which is still terrible. It's terrible no matter how you look at it. Everybody get kicked, except for that one fella in the woods dressed like me, because what do you think's going to happen? First off, again, I don't want nobody to get killed over nothing, but what do you think?
He had his teeth filed, too, so he was committed to it.
Well, whatever
Creepy
it is.
Jackie.
Well, I just don't matter to file his teeth. He's crazy as
It
far as I'm
doesn't all
concerned.
add up. I don't know how all these plot threads
Well, I'm about
intersect.
Listen, now I hate to say this, and it hurts my soul to think that you can be close to somebody or somebody. I'd almost say
I didn't do it.
Just shut your mouth. Will you let me talk?
You really
shut your
think I
damn
could
mouth.
pull off multiple murders?
Just shut your mouth. I don't know about you. Sometimes you get drunk and forget you did it next day. For all I know.
I just think the physical strength I would
Just
need.
shut up. You
I
think
just
you
don't
know
think it's
somebody.
possible.
You look them in the eye. You. I'd even call this person. I'd call him close enough that call him a son. That's how close. That's how the hurt. I want y'all to know the pain it is inside of me to even say this and to get this out. But there ain't no. But it gets to a point. There's no other answer, and you just everybody's worst fear. A loved one you find out just did do a terrible thing. So this, I know how that feels, and God bless all you people related to people doing terrible things and that. But Crud, if you are out there, I want you to go to a police station. I want you to go on in there and tell them and just end this now.
Wait, you think Crud is the Jackie Strangler?
How could it? There's no other. Who else could it be? It all revolves around the dancer and the creepers and the jackies and all of these things. It's the only answer out there that makes any sense to me. It hurts me to say it. He's my friend. I just said he's a son I never had.
Well, what about Jackie Jr.?
Don't bring him up. I don't even want to talk about him.
I guess a lot of this did start happening once Crud, America's foremost Jackie Broyles cosplayer, did start cosplaying Jackie Broyles on the reg and started putting Uncle Spiffy Marlin's haircuts and handshakes, his hipster barbershop, moved that over to Jackie's store, wanted to franchise Jackie's store in Manchester.
I was going into business
Memphis.
with this person. It was family, but I mean, it was going past family. That's business dealings. I was talking to Nashville lawyers.
Two
of them come down. All this is up in the air, and at this point, I don't think with all the events happening, whether Crud did it or not, but I'm pretty sure he did. I don't think anybody want to have anything dressed up like me at it to go there. Nobody wants that anymore. That's just something that...
You're just asking for trouble.
Yeah.
A murder.
Yeah.
That is... I don't know, Jackie. You may actually be on to something.
There can't be any other answer. And I know I used to think it was flattery. You know, I thought, well, they're that sweet of them. They just like Jackie Broyles and the way Jackie Broyles is and the way Jackie Broyles does things. They like him so much they're just trying to do it themselves. From looking like me to, he ran this business. He was upstairs to think that I left this man with those many customers. It breaks my heart to say this.
Man.
But I'm going to say it right now. All these people out there that dress up like somebody, we man, woman, don't make any difference. Sometimes man dresses up like a woman, vice versa. I ain't getting into that. But if there's somebody dressing up like Dolly Parton every day, there's something wrong with them. Don't dress up like nobody else. All these people go places dress up like comic book, funny books. They dress up. Something's stop now before you wind up like Crud. And God help you, one of these people down in Gravel Hole Christmas Cave.
I think
something is wrong with it. There's no other answer for it. That's all I've got to say, and it pains me to say it, and you don't know how bad I feel about this. It hurts me down to the core, and on top of that, I got this thing on my foot, and I know I'm thinking clearly on this. I know there's a lot going on. I've been through a lot, but there's no... all the evidence points in that direction. And right now, since that press conference, I hadn't heard a thing about Crud, hadn't heard from him. That's all I can think of. That's it. And I hope the police find you for you hurt somebody else, and you need to go turn yourself in. If you listen to this, turn yourself in now.
I gotta say, Jackie, it makes sense to me. I mean, I hate to say it too, but I think you really may have cracked the case here, Columbo. I mean, Crud,
it ain't about being smart like
ties
Columbo.
It all together. No, I think you'll want to go out and get your detective's license once you get that.
It's obvious. It ain't like it took a whole lot of detecting. It's just what it is.
It's pretty genius if you ask me.
Oh, it ain't genius.
Pretty scratching that beard.
It's
you're gonna solve that mystery like on an old time radio show.
I know, but he's just putting. And I learned it from there too. I don't know if he scratched his beard, scratched his head, one of the two.
Up there.
But I did make some scratching in that, and it didn't have to scratch very long. And again, it hurts me to say it, but all the evidence points that direction. It doesn't make it's the only thing it could be.
Heavy stuff.
It is what it is. The world's just an awful place, stuff. And I'm suffering from it.
It really is.
Yeah,
it really is. I got a sponsor this week, Jackie. I think you're going to be surprised by it.
I don't know.
The funeral of Crud. They found Crud murdered.
What?
The man you just accused of being the Jackie Strangler sat here, turn your back on him dead.
What?
Cold on a slab, and you sitting here saying he'd run around town killing all the Jackies. Didn't want the competition.
Where'd you hear this?
Oh, Crud can't handle the competition. He started killing them and throwing them in the gravel hole.
It didn't make any sense.
Competition.
What? When did this happen? I didn't hear anything about Crud being killed.
It's been since you've been here on house and store arrest.
What?
And haven't you noticed that they're not letting you get any news? That's for your own protection. They keep playing the same day's programming on WSM over and over.
I don't know.
They're piping it into the store and your
Why
home.
would they keep it from me? That don't make any sense. I didn't do it. Why would they keep that information from me?
Because you're suspect number one.
Oh, hell, I ain't. How can I be a suspect with this thing on my foot?
For your own protection.
It ain't for my protection. I ain't doing a damn thing for me.
Poor Crud, my friend, America's foremost Jackie Bros cosplayer, trying to franchise your store to the millions of people around the globe in Memphis and Manchester and East Tennessee. He started the Jackie cosplaying trend.
What, he got killed? Somebody killed him?
Founded the Jackie Fleetwood Warriors. He inspired Philip and Farley Mascat to look how they did. Taught them to be okay with looking like Jackie Bros. The Creepy Jackies, was he connected to those? Only in that, so far as I can see, some people like to take something beautiful and turn it into something ugly with filed teeth. Crud, who learned to be a master of disguise from Don Podge, of Don Podge's Tax Whiz, was found murdered. Another victim of the Jackie Strangler. And folks, if you listen to this podcast, I'm pointing my thumb at Jackie.
Oh, quit pointing your thumb any which way. If I was doing it, the police would have had me by now. They've had this thing on my leg all week.
They kind of do. They kind of do.
Well, then why did they lock me up then? They just...
They didn't want you. They said, here's what we're going to do, some psychological testing on him. We're going to keep the Crud news from him. And then Dunlap, you're promising to turn state's evidence on him, right? And I said, yes, sir.
Why? What? There's nothing to turn anything.
You tell me, do I need to wear a wire?
Oh,
and he said, no, just do your podcast.
Just
and
shut
spring
your
the
mouth.
Crud news on him and see what he says.
Well, what am I supposed to say about that? That's awful. I didn't know it. Nobody told me anything.
Sounded to me like you were trying to frame Crud.
I was not. I'm sorry I said that. I didn't know it would be this situation. Nobody told me he was dead. I would have never suspected it. But it didn't make any sense. Who else could it have been? So now I don't know who the hell it is killing me.
Yeah, somebody is killing the Jackie Brolses of Murfreesboro. And I'll tell you what, it's really cutting into my time planning my Ocean's 11 heist.
What?
Of the Shepherd Pasture,
Mount
Shepherd Pasture Church.
Just shut up.
I'm a church accountant now, folks, and they bring all this money in there. And on Dead Relatives Day, which is coming up, it had to get rescheduled because of all the creepy Jackie sightings. I'm building my Ocean's 11 team, and Crud was going to help me out, and he, unfortunately, was murdered by Jackie.
I didn't do
Jackie
anything.
Strangler.
Oh, shut your mouth. If they wanted to get Jackie strangled, I ain't strangled nobody. Was Crud strangled, bless his heart?
It's hard. They can't really tell because of that neck tattoo. His neck tattoo, funny enough, was of like strangulation marks. And people said, that's dark. He said, well, I hope it doesn't prevent anyone from solving my murder.
No. I didn't know it.
But he was dark. He was a dark man. That's why he was my friend. He was good at pretending to be Jackie. He was great at press conferences. He was good at putting oil in your beard. And to promote his funeral, he said, here's what I want you to do. If anything ever happens to me, it was almost like he knew. I want you to take this $25, and I want you to plug my special post-death beard oil flavors. Motor oily dipstick. They added the motor at the beginning so you wouldn't think it was beard oily dipstick. They probably could have just left that off. Probably just something they did in the moment. Sausage experiment and Arrowhead shoebox. Those are the last beard oil flavors you're ever going to get out of Crud. Him laying in a slab down at the morgue. They're going to bring you down there to look at the body and make sure that's not you.
What do you mean it's not me? I know it's not me.
Well,
I'm sitting here. If they know it's Crud, then why the hell would they have me come down there and tell them it's not me? They already know who it is.
Also, they need you to look at all them 12 unidentified bodies from the gravel haul.
Oh, hell.
Folks, my Ocean's 11 team is really shaping up pretty good. I got Inky on it. I'm blackmailing Mac Gazzett and Honey Carol Gazzett because I went with them to a couple of swinger clubs and took a lot of pictures. Jackie Broles from Church Jackie. Still going to be the getaway driver. Don't know who that Jackie is. I'm assuming he's a Fleetwood Warrior, but there's so many Jackie Broses in town, except for all the ones that are getting killed. It's really hard to keep up. It's really a dangerous time to be a Jackie Bros, but all the Jackie Broses are like, I'm not going to let the Jackie Strangler win. And all the questionably moral deacons, folks, this is going to be the heist of the century, and when I'm in Mexico, I will drop you an MP3 saying, well, folks, I did it. I ripped off a church. Jackie's in jail, and I'm on the beach in Mexico. That's how the podcast ends. Beautiful. Couldn't have written it better myself. Jackie's sponsor is Dilly Mule Riders Nut Bonnets. Buy a bonnet full of nuts, wash the oil out. You got yourself a little bonnet. That's Dilly Mule Riders Nut Bonnet. She gave me $25, Jackie. You want that? Here, let me write you a check.
I don't need it.
I don't have a bank account.
And you try to do everything right. You look a man in the eye and he look back at you, try to be honest with him and hope it's going to come back the same way. And that's how you try to live your life. You just try to be a good man, go by a good word, follow the 10 Commandments, do right by your neighbor. And I ain't perfect. I know I ain't perfect. I never said I was, never would say that I was. And there's a couple people out there that may have not the kindest word for Jackie Bros, but I'd say 50 times more than that's going to say, I know Jackie Bros, he serves good barbecue, he's a good man. And it'd be in there, but I don't understand why you try to have principles, you try to live your life, you try to be a decent human being, and it's supposed to be you put it out there in the world, that comes back to you. That comes, you're good to people, they're good to you. Well, that's a bunch of bull hockey. Every bit of that's a bunch of bull, whoever told you that. Now, I don't want to be a man to question my faith on here. That's the last thing I want to do, because that's a coward right there. But I'm not a coward, but I don't know why God hates me. I know Book of Job, I know all that, I know enough. I need to go sit with the preacher, he needs to tell it to me again, I guess. But I don't know. I must have done something, and I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. Because to all this to be falling on one individual, and I know there are people worse off, so they say. Well, you ain't dead yet, Jackie. A lot of people say, you ain't dead. I will trade places with either of the mass cats in a minute. Right now, please. I'd kill me dead over this.
Folks, welcome to the Red State Update Podcast. It's good to have you back with us. My name is Dunlap. This is Jackie Broles over here to my right, and he is, oh boy, he is wound up, just like an old Andy Rooney.
And wound up
Andy just complaining about an old TV guide, Prince Too Small to Read.
No, it ain't.
Oh, life's little foibles and quirks. Nothing gets past his... The funny eye on this man.
Everybody looks like you, and they're dying. Everybody, everywhere you look this way, you look that way, and you look like you're looking in a mirror, but something ain't right. And then you look back again because you're thinking, and they're dead.
And then remote controls, too. Everything's got a remote control. How are you supposed to keep up with them?
I don't want to go in more funerals. I don't want to go in more funerals.
This must give you a lot of good material, Jackie, because we went to
I'm up in
funeral.
age. I got to go to funerals already. That's taken care of. Everybody starts going. But this, I can't go I can't go down the morgue. I can't go
Folks, maybe you're a new listener to the Red State Update podcast, and you're just joining us because of this crazy election season. Well, you may not understand Jackie's existential Andy Rooney routine. Let me break down a little backstory for you. We're going to get to the politics in probably about 40 minutes.
I look forward to talk about it. I used to be the day every time I had to say Trump's name, I'd vomit. Or a little bit of spit come up back of my throat,
That's
something
true.
like that.
That's not.
I'd cough, sometimes a little, and I get it back. I don't necessarily come out every time, but it still comes up. And now I look forward to that. That's the highlight of my day. Let's get to it. I won't talk about Trump right now. I won't talk about Trump become president. I won't talk about Hillary. It's leakiest weeks coming out. Leakiest weeks coming out all the time. She's a lie like I needed them to tell me. Please, that's the highlight of my day. Let's do that.
You are irascible. So before that, we usually do our sponsors, and we got a couple of really good sponsors this week. But to get to the sponsors, we need to give you a little backstory on our local Murfreesboro sponsors. Here, Murfreesboro, small town here in Tennessee, geographic center. I don't know how much backstory I need to give them, honestly, but let me just say, recently, there have been a lot of people in Murfreesboro who look like Jackie. There was Crud, the nation's foremost Jackie cosplayer.
God rest his soul, Crud. I'll go to my grave myself. When I come behind you, I'm going to have plenty of guilt, and we'll talk about it then, Crud. And I never like to speak ill of a dead person. Now, I didn't know you were dead at the time.
Crud kind of started the Jackie cosplaying craze, and he also wound up dead last week. Another victim of Jackie the Strangler. It's
not the Jackie it's the Jackie Strangler, which that's bad enough. I don't even like that.
Strangler.
Jackie, it ain't Jackie the Strangler. First off, I guess they're strangling Jackies.
That's where the name comes
from. But it ain't me, and it ain't strangled me, or whatever it is.
Well,
no, it don't even strangle necessarily. They don't know it's a strangling for some of this. Some of it definitely ain't, I don't think. I can't remember. I can't keep up how everybody dies every 5 minutes here. I can't do it, except I know they look like me. I know that.
Well, some of Crud's helpers, the Jackie Fleet Warriors, were a crew of his helpers and trainees and apprentices.
Supposed to be flattery is what they're supposed to be.
They look like Jackie, not as good as Crud. A couple of them were passable, and they also did a weird dance. Crud is dead. We found a Fleet Warrior dead with all the cocaine and dancing. They didn't know. And possible strangulation. They're not, the coroner reports.
They don't know. It ain't strangling, but it ain't proof. They don't know. They're just something that I think a name come out before anybody ever thought someone got strangled.
They found 12, 13 bodies
and stacked up in
the Christmas Cave gravel hole.
Gravel hole now, it used to be.
We don't know if they're Fleet Warriors or if they're, because there's also all these creepy Jackies people have been spotting out in the woods trying to lure children to cabins.
One of them's dead. That's the only one that deserved it, as far as I know.
Well, that's
the only one.
The Little League daddies.
They took that. Well, you try to scare somebody's children like that in the woods, the parents had every right to do what they did. You keep asking for it, knowing they're looking for you.
Oh, Cougars had another win. That's the team.
Oh, good for Cougars. There's another.
Go all the way, man.
Trump and the Cougars. That's the two best things in the world going on. That's the only thing put a smile on my face each day.
Now, the body of that creepy Jackie disappeared, so we don't have a body for that. But we do have Jackie Broles in the flesh, apparently. As far as we can tell, this is the actual Jackie Broles. But it's hard to say. He is under house and store arrest right now. He has an ankle bracelet on. That's for his own protection, so that the mobs of people who are terrified of the creepy
Jackie. It ain't for nothing. It's harassment from the.
And also, he is under suspicion of being
Let me
Jackie
get this
the
out
Strangler.
of the way right now. Let me do a sponsor right now. Get over with right now. My sponsor is the Murfreesboro Police Department. And if they're here to. I'm trying to remember. They're here to serve a community. If they call Murfreesboro Police, they're on the job 24 whatever. I don't remember. They gave me a whole thing to say. I wrote it down. I lost it. It's on a napkin somewhere. Murfreesboro Police Department serving this community and protecting its whatever. I don't know. But that's my sponsor, Murfreesboro Police Department.
Why are you sponsoring the police department? Why are they sponsoring you when you're a suspected murderer?
They're not sponsoring me. I ain't a damn murderer. I'm working on that. This one, if you maybe
cutting a deal with them.
Well, they'll take this thing off my foot. They ain't guaranteed anything but that. All I know is this thing on my leg will come off a week or two earlier if I put in a good word. What they said. So there you go.
Can't drink. He can't drink with this thing.
And that ain't got nothing to do with it. They say it's on my leg for my own damn protection. That ain't protecting me from nothing.
I think they just give you an older model and beeps. And if he takes a drink, they're gonna come bust this door down.
I never need a drink. I just want it off my blade. I'll sit there and sing the Murfreesboro Police Department heroes in my book if I can have a damn drink, because I need one. God bless them. They're in an emergency.
So we went to Crud's funeral, folks, and
I don't want to go to another funeral. I'm having enough of it.
It is weird, I will say. I can't imagine what it's like to be Jackie Broles, number one, and number two, to go to funerals of people who look exactly like you, and then to look around the funeral home. We went down to Marker and Hosh funeral home, and it was filled with other people who look like Jackie.
They're dressed up like me, even still. After all this,
Well, except now they added the ankle monitor.
Well, that's because I got this on. I don't know who told everybody. I guess I did on here, but they didn't know what color it was. He got down, and they ain't real. They just made things a mock-up. Look like they all got one on my leg, which was supposed to be for my damn protection, which don't make any sense. I do have to thank Murfreesboro Police Department for letting me go. They had to escort me there, had me in damn leg irons for my protection as well.
It looked like Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, it did look like Hannibal Lecter. No,
they wheeled you in there.
But they let me come to the funeral. I still feel terrible over what happened to Crud. But I won't forget this. This is going. I can't. That's enough as it is. They wheel me in there. They come in a room. There's all Jackie Broles, and they all take the hats off their head at the same time when they wheel me in. I ain't dead. You should have had your hat off already, because he's dead. What does that mean?
I think a lot of people are still confused because they saw that picture in the paper where they were like Jackie the Strangler. I mean, the Jackie Strangler, and it was your picture, and so people either thought that you were the Strangler or you were another victim. So people see you, and their first response is that you're dead. Plus, so many people who look just like you are dead, it's confusing.
I know it's confusing. You think it's confusing, and you don't even look like me. That next week, the next funeral, whoever dies next, you watch when we go to that one, they're all going to be in the thing that they wheeling me around in. They're a week behind.
It takes a while for fashion to reach
They come up making those ankle things I got on my leg. They made those awful quick.
Hinterlands or hinterlands?
I don't.
Listen, folks. Let me tell you, if you've ever stood in the Marker and Hosh funeral home chapel and looked back and seen pew after pew of Jackie Broles's, it looked like the cotton bowls that opened up. It looked like ginning season.
All right, I don't need this on top of everything else. It's one of the worst experiences I ever had in my life. First off, I know I'm going to have to look at Crud, and I told you what that's looking like and what that feels like, because something went down to your soul when you look in Crud's eyes. And they, see Crud right there in front of you, know it's Crud. And they wheeled me right up there, and I didn't want to look, because it's like looking in a mirror. Now, these other people dressed up, some of them beard ain't real, all this, but it ain't good or bad. It's just crazy to me now. I can't even work it out. But Crud, that was always me. Of course, wheeled me over, and I said, I need to look in his eyes. They said, well, his eyes ain't open. His eyes gone. They take the eyes, that's all.
Feed them to the crows.
Well, whatever it is, they don't feed them no animal. That ain't how it works. But they, of course, I knew that, but I won't look in his eyes. So I don't know. Well, at the time, I didn't think I knew for sure. But they wheeled me up, laid me over that coffin, and I was ready to look, and I knew it was going to be a hard look. And like I said, it's just looking at yourself right there, and, that day's coming, and it's right there in front of you. You see it right there before you, and everybody else, all of you's looking at you have this moment. It ain't an easy thing to go through. Now, I looked down there, and I tell you right now, and I was ready to just the guilt and everything else, looking at that old poor Crud, and that wasn't Crud. I knew it before anybody else did. I told that course police sitting there laughing at me that they got me there for it. They want any kind of information all the time. They take me for question, ask me the same question over and over and over again. But when I sit there and tell them something I finally know, the information I think I have that they might need, and I say, that ain't Crud right there, they start laughing like, yeah, what,
You knew back when you and Crud, when he was trying to double-cross you during that franchising deal.
Well, that ain't for sure. There was no double-cross. Nobody. He was sick. I don't understand anything that's happening right now. I'm not going to sit there and say he was double-cross. Don't say that.
You went to Manchester, one of the locations. It was what? It was Memphis. It was Manchester.
But that wasn't Crud there. It wasn't Crud.
East Tennessee, somewhere in East Tennessee, and it wasn't Crud.
Nope.
You were convinced of it, and you called the whole thing off.
I looked that person in the eyes, saw their eyes.
We
they
don't
still
know who
living.
that was.
No, I don't
or
know
if they're alive or dead.
It's close, but it could be any of these people in the ground. I don't know.
Now, normally I would agree with the police only on one topic, and that's Jackie is crazy.
Oh, shut your mouth. Anybody'd be crazy, even if that's the case.
But he caused such a big ordeal up there, and his Hannibal Lecter leg irons clinking and clanking, and everybody's like laughing, and then it's funny at first when an old man loses it. But then if you're in a store and somebody's like, this Kleenex was 30 cents cheaper last week.
Just shut your mouth.
I don't need it. But then if he keeps doing it, it's not funny. You just want to get out of that
wish I could be mad about Kleenex. I wish I could. Well, that wasn't Crud right there. There's laughing, everything else. And we know how things turned out, so who knows more, whatever. One person's got leg irons on, the other one's laughing at him, and
it's creepy.
Got more sense than anybody else.
I know here it is Halloween and people telling spook stories and Hank's coming down from the hot. But listen, you had a room and everybody looks the same. And there's a bunch of cops bringing in a man in chains and a face mask, Hannibal Lecter, and he's screaming through the face mask, and they're all laughing, red-faced. And then, like, a whole bunch of people who look like the man in the face mask and the man in the coffin, like, they're all laughing. And then you start, I come up to try to help them. Like, by this point, the police had Jackie down on the ground again. And I was, like, going to help him, like, kick him in the ribs or whatever they needed.
Just shut your mouth.
And, you start looking at the coffin. I don't see why nobody had noticed this before. It's just the blood soaking into the cushioning on the coffin, the padding or whatever you call that, the frilly lace and stuff.
I don't know.
I mean, they had Crud in there made up like Jackie, but like nobody noticed like that the corpse was bleeding. Now that has happened before at Marker and Hosh.
There's things happen.
Marker and Hosh is not if you want the best funeral home in town, ain't Marker and Hosh. It's Quiet Funeral Home.
That's at least they're respectful there.
Yeah, the others have got way too loud. But Marker and Hosh, it's sort of a low to mid budget. Anyway, sometimes things leak and bleed.
It was bleeding all in that, and the overalls, everything from chest down.
And it was
everywhere.
overwhelming. Like I could smell. I knew from the paperwork that Crud had drawn up that he'd shown me that he wanted to be buried with hamburger, mustard onion hamburger finger scent in his beard. Because it reminded him of picnics and summer days, happier times. It was mustard onion hamburger finger scent. And, and then, so the blood, the seeping and bleeding was giving it away. And then I kind of smelt the beard, and it just smelled like regular beard. I was like, there's no beard scent in this. This ain't Crud. I was like, officer. And they're like, what? Dunlap, how can, what, do you have some information for us?
They didn't say that. They
Like,
knocked you down.
we
They
help
knocked your butt down on the ground. They didn't, weren't all, how can I help? They had me down, and you come running up to them and saying, officer, they just knocked you down,
You know,
too.
I got to say, I don't want to derail this story because I think it's really headed someplace special, but I want to say that was the first time we both been knocked down on the ground by the police at the same time.
Same time.
And I felt like we really bonded.
Oh, shut up.
I thought we had a good, everything else was really morbid and creepy and weird and surreal and awful for you. I can't even imagine. But like at that moment, I thought like, oh, this is really good, like Jackie and Dunlap moment. I wish somebody took a picture. Inky was there drawing it for the Daily News Journal, but he just drew one Jackie, and then he went and photocopied a bunch more and cut it out. Hey, he needs to learn Photoshop. So anyway, we knocked the coffin over, and it turns out it was a murder victim in there instead of Crud's body.
Yep.
Philip Mascat, God rest his soul. Both Mascat boys now dead. Dead at the hand of Jackie the Strangler.
Jackie, and I don't even supposed to say the Jackie Strangler. The murder, whoever's doing this crazy-ass mess.
Can you imagine?
Don't say the Strangler, and don't say Jackie. If you're going to say one, say the Jackie Strangler. Don't say Jackie the Strangler.
I really feel sorry for Mama Mascat. Can you imagine both her boys in a couple of weeks? It's like Saving Private Ryan. That poor woman.
Bless her heart.
She looks just like you.
What do you mean she look just like me?
She looks just like you.
Oh, she don't look anything. Get out of town if you look like me right now. Half of them won't.
She doesn't live here anymore.
Well, good.
She went down Panama City Beach.
Well, I
don't think she's even coming up for the funeral.
Fell with his brother now. Well, I won't blame her.
So everybody's like, well, where's Crud? Where's Crud's body? And then people slowly started realizing that's what happened is whatever nefarious fiend killed Philip Mascat and brought the body here to show all the Jackies as a warning was what was carved into his back. It just said warning. And then you know what was weird? It said warning, and then the rest of the day I had that Green Day song in my head.
What is it?
So people were like, you know what, where's Crud's body? And we start realizing that's why, old funeral home, they just had that one. They don't have a big bathroom with a bunch of stalls, a bunch of urinals. They just got
that
little hole, a toilet in there. Not a hole, but just a little room.
Well, you don't go to the funeral home to go to the bathroom. I know what they should have.
But you go to the bathroom when you go to the funeral home.
If you got to go, you do.
You don't go to the funeral home.
But they give you food.
Go to the bathroom.
There's food and coffee.
Go to the bathroom at the funeral home.
Food and coffee always at funerals all the time. Plenty of food.
That makes you go to the bathroom.
I know that. That's what I'm trying to say. Good God.
That's what food and coffee is what makes you go to the bathroom.
I know. That's what I'm saying they should, but all they have just a little bathroom.
Yeah, they just had that one little room. And so all day long, everybody looking like Jackie opening that door, and then there was a Jackie propped up on the toilet. We're like, oh, excuse me. And finally, one guy went in there and said, I'm sorry, buddy, but I'm going to have to piss in this funeral home sink. Because you or somebody who looked just like you been sitting on this toilet for about 3 hours.
Well, we know who that was.
And we're going to say, well, it could have been somebody who looked just like him because everybody here very closely resembles each other. And then it turns out that was Crud's body on that toilet.
Put him in there. Propped him up on the bathroom.
Sick bastard.
Don't have to tell me. It's already sick. It killed I don't know how many people except that one creepy Jackie we know for a fact
that's
that
the Little League daddies.
They did that. And
we don't have a body for that yet.
Well, no.
Unless it's one of the ones that washed up in the Christmas Cave gravel hole.
Well, that would have been a little more tore up in the ones they found in there, wasn't it? Because they wasn't hardly, from what you hear them tell it, there wasn't no meat left on the bones after they hit him with those bats. I mean,
I heard they really went to town.
There wasn't hardly nothing. It was just like raw hamburger meat or whatever.
Whatever, worst thing you can imagine.
But even that's gone, so we don't know. But they they admitted to it, and they for good reason. We ain't protecting the children, so. But the rest of them, hell, I don't.
They were standing guard outside Marker and Hosh Funeral Home.
Why were they guarding? I don't
know if they were guarding what was coming in or what was going to come out.
Everybody look a damn shame.
I know they kind of apologized to you, but I've heard some more rumblings.
Well, the first the police said, the thing on my leg, that's how they're going to know you the real one. Now, everybody got a thing on the leg, so they just liable to hit anybody with a baseball bat.
They are. They're extremely liable
well,
to
they
hit
love
anybody.
They love the children, of course, are proud of them now, too, because go Cougars. You said they've got another...
Yeah.
They're on a streak, winning streak. I need to stay on that. But I'd be proud to love my children. And if you love your child like that, you're going to get a baseball bat. If you think they get in trouble, I understand that.
Well, we don't know who's murdering everybody that looks like Jackie. But at least, and you can't go anywhere except home and here, the store.
I still on this for my own protection. Hopefully... I will keep talking on here, and I'll say every time, thank the Murfreesboro Police Department for all that they've done for the community and their service that they've provided to everybody. I'll keep saying that, and maybe in a week or two, get some of this, at least get the thing off my leg.
So, what were those Nashville lawyers talking to you about?
Huh?
What were those Nashville lawyers talking to you about?
I don't know. First thing, they trying to talk business and all this, and I'm in the middle. First off, they told I don't know how many other people dressed up like me, whatever kind of business it was, and then they told me those men are looking for you the real one, and then I went over to them. There's something is going on as far as this franchise or something now that Crud has passed on, these rights or something, or whatever it is, have passed on to somebody else, and they're making a claim for. I don't have first time to think about any of this.
Crud screwing you from the grave.
He didn't plan on dying. He ain't screwing nobody. He ain't doing nothing to me. It's just this Nashville lawyers who I think, but I ain't got nothing to do with it. I don't know first thing about it. If they want, fine. If you want to open up, I don't know why anybody would want to go to a store to see someone dressed up like me to begin with. You can see that looking out your damn window in this town. Maybe they ain't got it in Manchester or East Tennessee or Memphis, but here in Murfreesboro, don't know about it. Nobody even wants to come to my damn store.
Not anymore. It's dangerous.
Well, no, I know. Why would they go one in Manchester? So they can have that business if that's what they want. If they won't keep that, then that's theirs. But all this about them owning this store, I don't think any of that.
Are they going to take your store away?
That's what that's. I don't believe one word of it. We'll see what happens, and I may not have a fancy Nashville lawyer or two of them, but I know what's mine.
What a miserable end to your sad, wasted life.
I wish it was ending now. I wish I'd trade places. I'd want to crawl in that coffin or bathroom so bad just to swap out.
So many people dying, so many elections almost over. Goodbye, America. It just seems like endings are in the air, so you never know when something's going to end. You just never know when something's going to end.
Yeah. Except after the election, we're going to stop.
Yeah, we're going to stop doing this.
Yeah, we're going to this. As soon as they now, I don't know about this thing. I don't know about Parkers or nothing. If we do it anymore, it's going to be something else. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Right now, I got other stuff on my plate, so I don't know.
We'll have clearer announcements soon. We just want to put a bug in your ear. I won't even have time to do a podcast, Jackie, because I am going to be on a beach in Mexico having consensual sex with as many prostitutes as I can hire.
Oh, shut your mouth.
Folks, I am a church accountant now, and I'm going to rip off.
Just shut your mouth.
Mount Shepherd Pasture Church. They bring in so much money, and I've slowly been building up my Ocean's 11 team over the past few weeks. I went to church accountant school. Don Podge sponsored the school. He is a tax whiz. I was taught by one of Murfreesboro's smartest young gentlemen, Wesley Press, who I went to school with. I facilitated in the bullying of him. I wouldn't say I bullied him.
Be ashamed of yourself.
I helped the bullies to bully him. I was the Billy Bush in that situation. Maybe got a punch or a kick in every once in a while. Some of Murfreesboro's smartest people helped me get my church accounting degree, and then I got hired by Mount Shepherd Pastor Church, and they started bringing that money in for me to account, and it was just piles of stuff people giving to Jesus. And I'm like, this is nuts.
Just shut your mouth.
I guess if God exists, what he's saying to me in this accounting room full of cash is these people deserve it. Take what is yours.
Oh, I'm going to tell my new sponsors about you going to have 2 of these things on your leg when they get done with you. If you go rob a church, you don't do that in these down south. That's the last thing you want to do is rob a church.
Well, you can tell them. Sounds like they don't take you very seriously.
Oh, just
more. I would say, Jackie, that I am not just robbing a church. I'm going to pull off the ultimate heist.
All right.
And if you are tired of hearing about Jackie's getting murdered by Jackie the Strangler, then you probably want to start paying attention.
It's not the Strangler.
Maybe you want to pay some attention to my sponsor story. It's got everything. It's got suspense, betrayal, sex, because I'm blackmailing the song leader, Smack Gazzett, and his wife, because I went to some swinger parties with him and took a lot of pictures. It's not sex anybody would want to look at.
Just shut up.
There is the morally questionable deacons. I'm slowly winning them over to my side. I'm gaining the trust of everybody in the church. I got Inky in there. He's painting a sheep mural on the baptismal pool wall, and he's going to leap up out of that and distract everybody.
Get him he don't know better. You know better. Don't get
Does that sound like
near that church.
Any Jackie's getting murdered? Church Jackie was murdered. He was going to be the getaway driver. Church Jackie was shot in the head by Jackie the Strangler. I just got this news before we went in here, and I'm really bummed out because now I got to find a whole new driver.
Is another of me dead?
Yes, this was actually Mass Cat's. He wasn't actually a Mass Cat, but he was sort of a fan of the Mass Cats.
What?
He was a Mass Cat cosplayer.
All right, enough. I don't want to
his life pretty much was church and Mass Cat cosplay.
Well, he didn't have anything left to live for anyway, so maybe I'll trade places with him. Give me the bullet.
You would trade places with a Mass Cat cosplayer?
If he's dead, yes.
I don't know if he was playing Philip or Farley, but he could have been switching off. And I'm going to tell you, when Dead Relatives Day comes to this church, and that could be next week. We don't even know. I mean, there's a date, but I need to pull it up on my Google calendar.
Shut up.
There's a date, folks, and then I'm going to be down there in Mexico with Smack Gazzett and his wife having threesomes all day long, and we're going to get them prostitutes in on it.
Enough.
The morally questionable deacons, Inky. I'm going to try to get some more folks from the church. Jackie, loose lips sink ships.
Just shut your mouth, loose lips. Just all the awfulness in this world going on, and you're going to make it just a little more awful for somebody. Good for you.
What? Maybe I'm going to make it better for somebody.
You ain't making nothing better for nobody but yourselves. And you go down there
do I not count?
And mess around with all them ladies of the evening. You'll be getting more than you bargained for when you get back here.
That's not very sex positive.
Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast.